Here we go.
Woohoo!
So, when last we left off, our intrepid adventurers had a spot of bother with Talos.
What an asshole.
Just a friendly sparring match.
Yeah, and the god was
Nico and Boomer 2, Talos 0.
Yeah, just an FYI, you keep messing with the gods, eventually the gods are going to win.
Eventually, I'll become a god.
Yeah, there you go.
And then he will eat you and steal your portfolio. He can't mess with you now. Once you become a god, he can get straight up hands-on.
Now the gloves are coming off.
The Velcro glove.
The ship, Tanith, brought the group safely out of the storm and into Waterdeep, where they met a rather intolerant city guard who, was we'll say less than kind to some of the.
Not amused by this guy.
less humanoid of our adventurers.
I'm
And
laughing
he's what?
considering he's a
He was
dragonborn.
a dragonborn, exactly.
Well, technically, the dragonborn, even the humans just look like walking upright pig people. Like they don't. I mean,
Or human. Meh.
yeah, they're like, nah. I don't know. You're all pink and squishy. I don't give a shit.
You're not even pink.
Pink and squishy. Meh.
Yeah. Meh. However, he was a little loath to let the ship pass into the harbor of Waterdeep.
That's why I gave him a laxative, because he's loath to let anything past.
But the a couple of representatives of the from the Watchful Order of couple of individuals from the Watchful Order of Magus and Protectors showed up, verified that although you had a necromancer on board, he is of an order that is not interested in pointy goatees and raising the dead for evil purposes.
Gaston got their names for future contact.
Mm.
You were allowed to pass into the harbor of the City of Splendors. You are now docked. Went where you were supposed to go. You are now docked. So you were in the dock ward, and the Waterdeep
in the freezer
lies before you.
What do we see?
Gaston,
So you were at the dock. The dock is bustling. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. Obviously commerce is still, even though there's a bit of a blockade happening. The masked lord. Well, so Nico, the masked lords would never allow trade to stop entirely. Like that's just not going to happen.
The spice must flow.
Yeah. I mean
Pretty
that's.
much.
I mean, the masked lords are not going to let. They're not going to let trade stop, even for a massive gang turf war. They're not going to let trade stop because the city would stop at that point.
Hey, Nico, is there a way we can hire a few guards for the boat while we wander away?
Oh yeah, there's sure, you can hire
3 guards.
Yeah, you can hire you can buy anything you want in this city.
Well, I'm hoping for someone
we already have
local
3
who
guards.
can redirect the local issues, because when you see a couple small people your size tend to get very aggressive and bully. So if we can have some full-sized guards here to
We have a
stay
half
off
orc.
the-
We got the half orc.
Hmm.
Yeah, but she's hot.
But yes.
Have you told her this, Gaston?
ex-wife number 8 coming up.
She may take a liking to you.
Yeah.
I think you're underestimating Gaston's prowess. Ex-wife number 8 was a couple ago.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Just yeah.
Let's
Just
see.
guessing.
Gaston has 12 ex-wives currently. He's looking for 13.
Lucky number 13.
Lucky number
Nico.
13, yeah.
Yeah. Boomer.
Nico.
Well, you saw one of his books that he posted,
Tanith.
right?
Ooh.
Tanith.
The G-spot from Mystery to Mastery, a multi-species
Tanith.
sexual exploration.
Tennis is the boat.
And also me.
Well, you're Nico.
Boomer. Well, while we're here, I'm Tanith. Got it?
You're a boat.
I'm a guy. Have you ever loved a bear?
You're
so
a guy
much
pretending to
that
be
you-
a boat.
Boomer grabs you and throws your ass into the harbor. Like you stink. He's like, you are a boat.
You are a shitty boat.
A boat.
Here, hold my cargo.
If you're a boat, you will float.
Oh,
Just
Tanny.
Yes.
Tanny. Hey, Tanny. Yeah.
Now you get
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know this place, right? Ins and outs.
all the ins and all the outs.
Is there a place here where someone can get some body art?
Oh yes. Do you want it?
A
I mean, do you want it
tattoo?
done? Do you want it done cheap or do you want it done well?
You want it to move and glow?
I would like it good.
Good.
I don't have a lot of money though.
Well, I'm sure in this city of splendors, I've never had any trouble coming into coin. I'm sure an opportunity will present itself to us.
Dick, that guy has so much money and he won't spring. Sorry, I'm the narrator. Anyway, go ahead.
Unable to control him.
Sorry, go ahead. On with the story. Sorry, that was commentary. Sorry.
Yeah, that was just someone having an unrelated conversation on the next door.
Yeah, just a couple of boats over. What a dick!
What a dick.
But could you direct me to one of these places?
Sure, I'm sure there's a nice tavern on the way as well, wouldn't you say?
Should we be letting him go unsupervised?
Who?
Boomer.
Hello.
Does he need a chaperone?
Probably.
Yes, Boomer. We should probably go over some rules. They're very fond of rules here.
Why are you using?
Oh yeah,
Well,
I'm
because
familiar.
I say rules because
Nico,
they're rules for
Nico.
some people.
I'm familiar with civilization. Remember, I come from Fandolan.
You're right. We'll have no problems. Let's go.
Oh, Nico, before you guys go, could you please arrange for some guards and give me directions to the Temple of Algaba?
Who is this Nico you're speaking to?
Sorry. Tanny.
Yeah, this is a boat.
Hey,
Bodie McBoatface.
before you go, please arrange for some guards for the ship and give me directions to the Temple of Agma.
Yeah, so I guess it would be pretty standard practice, I guess, for like dock workers to moonlight as security probably as well, right?
So yeah, there's a couple of ways that you can go. You can hire just sort of thugs if you'd like. You can also go to the harbor master's office and actually hire security if you like. Of course, it's a little more pricey, but they are, sort of bonded and insured. It just depends on which way you want to go.
Nico's going to try and spot some people who look like he came from the same sort of. He'll listen for like the accents and try and pick out a group of dock workers who came from like the same neighborhood that he did.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
I mean, we got 3 living and 1 non that can guard the boat.
Oh man. Oh,
Uh,
too bad.
12. You spot a couple of guys. It's a little, little tough to hear over the shouting, and some of them, they sound like they're probably from around
Mhm.
where you're at, not necessarily the same neighborhood, but in
Yeah.
that general vicinity.
Yeah, I'll head over to them.
Okay.
I'll say, I was going to say, Gaston, I'm going to need you to. You're going to need to be the wealthy ship owner here.
Sure, I can do that.
Okay. So I'll sort of lead Gaston over to these guys.
Yep. So you walk up. There's a group of 4 guys.
Yeah.
Who are sort of leaning against a couple of crates and barrels and whatnot. One of them has a cigarette sort of hanging out of his mouth. The other 2, and they're sort of talking.
Yeah.
They're dressed in sort of vests, rough leather vests and kind of linen trousers.
Yeah.
Are these the kind of dock workers you were looking for?
Do they look like they can handle a marlin spike? If they are burly and look like they can handle a marlin spike, it's good enough.
Yeah, I mean, we're not looking for people who are going to be able to hold an army of mages off
Yeah,
the boat.
I'm not looking for a group of Askerns. I'm looking for a couple of guys who can tell the other crooks, hey, this one's got protection.
Yeah. Say,
Plus, when they get downstairs and they see a ship full of skeletons, most standard crooks will probably go, "Oop, wrong ship."
Back away clean, man.
Mr.
All you have
Mr.
to do
Gaston,
is tell all the skeletons to look at whoever comes on board and go, part of the crew, part of the ship, part of the crew, part of the ship.
One of us.
Oh man, we should totally teach Kenneth a few phrases to freak people out like that.
Mr. Gaston, how many lads were you looking for?
3 or 4.
Lads, you fancy making some extra coin?
What is sort of the largest guy there turns and looks at you, and he has this has a large scar running down. I mean, it's ugly, like it's a nasty looking scar that runs down over his face. He still has the eye, but it's like sort of this puckered scar that runs down over his face. It kind of pulls at the side of his face, so he has like this permanent sneer.
Nice.
Look up at him and go, "Ooh, you still married to her?" There should be a local hotline for abuse.
He looks down and he goes, "No, your mom left me."
See, I told you we had the good sort here, sir.
What do you want?
We want our ship taken care of. No unwelcome visitors. You know how it is. You know the deal.
The ship there. Just keep the unmentionables off the boat for a little while. We'd like to keep it somewhat safe, and very few things should walk off the ship if possible.
Who do you work for?
Me? I work for this
Point
guy.
at my outfit. Ogma?
Oh. One of the ones from the temples. Oh, you see him. You see him look at the other 3 guys, and they all kind of pass knowing smiles between each other, and they go, "Yeah, all right. We can look after your ship."
Excellent. What are your going rates?
The standard rates, of course, do apply.
And what would those be?
It's 10 gold a day.
Each or for all of you?
Each.
Excellent. How about 3 days?
3 days?
Yes,
and they all
please.
kind of,
Nico would know that he's being ripped off, right?
oh yeah.
I'll just sort of look at him and look at Gaston and look at him and just give him a wink.
And So yeah, so you give him the wink. The guy gives you a hand signal back, sort of in the thieves' cant, that you're going to get cut in for like 5%.
I'll signal back 10%.
The guy. So when you signal back 10%, and he goes, 3 days. Wow. There's an extra surcharge for such a long stay. If it's over a weekend, you see, one of the high holidays is coming up.
Yeah,
Oh,
Nico just
okay.
being, of
I
course.
understand. I don't want to mess with your religious observances. So please just add on the surcharge.
Of course. We are going to have to be paid 60% up front.
Oh, I'm more than happy to pay it all up front right now.
Excellent. Excellent.
Hop up on my book, pat Nico on the shoulder and say, "Pay my good man Tanny," and float back to the boat.
So the 4 guys now look at you, Hanith, and they go, "You heard him, Tanny."
Yeah, I guess it's not my money after all.
Yeah, what do you care? Anyway,
Yeah.
and they kind of
I don't care at all, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, you don't. Yeah, you pass it off like you're like, yeah. Well, what do you do? I'm just the bag man here.
Yeah.
So yeah, the total between the 3 of them. So at 30 gold a piece times 4, 120 gold plus the surcharge is 150.
Yeah. Nice. All right. That's 150.
And the guy looks at you and he goes, "Nice doing business with you." And he passes, he does the, a slight pass of, 15 gold back to you.
Yeah.
Do you pocket that in a different pocket?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just sort of slide it into like a little hidden crease in the old.
Right. Yeah. The guy kind of gives you a wink and he goes,
Yeah.
"So," he looks at you and he goes, "So, I know a guy. If some things happen to, maybe fall off the boat, maybe we can do a little business. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Put you in it for a little bit."
I'll just sort of look back at the harbour and be like, well, sea's mighty rough today, wouldn't you say? Things could fall off a boat.
There's some artifacts in here from an unknown necromancer's enclave. What can possibly go wrong?
So yeah,
Try and move it.
so the guy, yeah, the guy looks at you and he goes, "Yeah, a lot of that religious shit, that stuff sells really good. So if the pipsqueak, if he's not paying you what you're worth, maybe we can help to compensate you."
Ha! What honest man never liked a bit of compensation, eh?
I read you. So when you guys gonna be off the boat? Just so we know when to guard it. Wink.
Well, you should know there's going to be a couple of others hanging around the boat, so you're going to want to be careful when you're battening down the hatches.
Right. But they know we'll be about, right? They know we're
Oh yeah, they'll know.
trustworthy security personnel.
I'll just kind of give them a look and I'll say, yeah, who wouldn't trust you? Hey?
The big scar kind of pulls on his,
Yeah.
All right, Tanith. I think we understand each other. We'll make sure that everything stays in order.
Good man. And yeah, just let me know if any other business opportunities come up, eh?
Of course. How long you planning on staying?
Well, that depends whether Mr. Gaston back there goes and gets us all killed with the local law. You know what I'm saying? But I think we'll be here a few days.
Right. Give me a charisma check.
Let's see. Charisma. Mm.
Yeah, you're the guy's sort of taking a liking to you. Kind of talking amiably. He's not super buddying up to you, but he definitely thinks that you're one of them. You're sort of working the same sort of angle.
Yeah.
The fact he just got played by a half pint.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that. Don't worry, Nico won't forget.
The guy kind of gives you the nod and the wink, and he says, if anything else comes up, I'll be sure to keep you in mind.
Good lad. Well,
So yeah, they go back to they go back
yeah.
to their leisure activities.
Be seeing you. Maybe catch you for a jar later, perhaps. Then I'll start heading off back down the dock.
Yeah, sure. And you can hear behind you, like they're they break out some dice, and start kind of going about their leisure activities for the afternoon.
So I hear the dice. I'll be like, fancy letting a sailor try his hand at a quick roll for maybe just a small stake.
Say 135 gold.
They look at you and they go, sure. So yeah, they come over. They've got they've got dice. It's a familiar game, like the game they're playing.
Yeah.
They're betting for silver.
Yeah. So I think I've got 5. What's the buy in here? What, 5 silver is it?
Yeah, that'll do.
All right. I will expertly lose 5 silver.
Okay, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand. You're able to. Do you swap? Do you try to swap the dice?
No, I'm just using the normal dice. But
You're using the normal dice, but even then you've sort of got the throwing down where you can kind of palm them, put enough spin on them where you're like, yes.
I was giving that a bit of the old practicing on the way here.
Yeah, and so you let it go, and they go, oh, too bad, friend.
Still got my land legs on. Yeah, why don't we try again, eh? Why don't we try again?
Yeah, sure. Another 5 silver.
Damn, these guys. Well, they just did get paid a whole bunch of gold, so like,
oh yeah,
5 silver, whatever.
Yeah. I'll lose 5 silver again. So you know what? I think I need to steady my hand. You got anything to drink?
One of the guys has got a flask that sort of been going around, and he hands it over to you.
Yeah.
It has the smell coming off of it is unpleasant, close to furniture varnish.
Aromatic.
But you think it'll get the job done.
Yeah. There she goes. I can feel the old ticker settling down now. I used to play a lot of dice in my time. So, between the drinks and the bad spells. Anyway.
Sure.
Let's try our hand again, eh? How about we up the stakes this time, eh? How about 10 gold?
They kind of look and they go, yeah. How about 2 gold?
2 gold, eh? All right. Here we go.
Are you pulling the gold out of the same place that you got the gold you paid them with?
No, I'm taking it out of the hidden pocket. I'll sort of take it out and I'll look at it.
Ah,
I'll sort of give it a bit of the old like,
yeah.
2 gold.
You're looking less like a crook. You know, you probably would be in with him more if you borrowed and used my gold.
You don't think you'd overpay me for job, right? I suppose they didn't. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So I will. So I'll lose that as well.
All right. Yep.
Ah!
So yeah, you throw the and they go, tough luck, friend.
Ah!
Maybe maybe I think it was close though. Maybe you're starting to get warmed up though.
Yeah, I reckon I am. All right. So I can stop though. You know that, you're right. I can stop.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you're just passing the time, but we understand. Just passing the time. That's what's important. And the guy hands you the flask again.
Yeah. I can stop.
I think that's probably Nico's motto. I can stop whenever I want to. I can stop anytime I wanted to.
You've got a problem. How about? And I'll sort of rummage back in that pocket again. I'll sort of pull out another 2 gold. Be like, come on, this time, come on. I'm gonna win it all back.
I go, yeah, now's the time. And the money's in. They hand you the dice.
Yeah, and I'll lose again.
Yep. Yeah, you throw the dice again. Another 2 gold gone. They kind of
You know, I'm just off my game. Sorry.
That's probably what it is. You know, the thing is, the wind blows out of the west this time of the day, but you can tell it's starting to slack off. You'll probably do better.
Tell you what. How about you find me in the tavern later, and we'll have another roll. We'll see once I've steadied my nerves. You know.
And they go, of course. He points to a tavern. Like there's a group, this sort of a squat group of wooden buildings. Probably a couple of blocks, what would be blocks down the way.
Yeah.
And he says,
they're meeting you in a tavern. They're not guarding our ship.
It's true.
Nico's like, and he points over to a tavern and he says, the captain's wife. That's where you could usually find a few of us on an evening. Of course, not all of us will be guarding a ship, as you know.
Yeah, I wasn't born yesterday, son. So say, all right, I'll see you for another try at the spin of the wheel later.
They all kind of laugh, as they collect your gold, and silver, your silver, and they're like, anytime, old timer.
If you know anyone with deep pockets, make sure to bring them along, because I'm gonna win it all back this time.
Yeah, you will. At night, that's when the luck comes out, right?
That's right. Born gambler. That's me. And then I'll sort of take another swig of the flask and then walk off.
Right, yeah. You walk off with like a little bit of a shake that's not entirely feigned.
Yeah.
When you distill this stuff, the propanol is supposed to get out of the booze.
Do that thing where you wave your hand in front of your eye. I can still see.
Yeah.
Just walk on the middle dock. The other 2 don't count.
One out of 2 ain't bad. Yeah, that's fine.
All right,
why you
so
need an eye patch so you don't have double vision.
That's
right, because 2 eyes is 1 eye too many.
I think I need me another eye patch.
Get an eye patch with a pinhole. You're all that'll do it.
There we go.
Just got to limit distraction.
Okay. It's enough of Nico for now. Let's carry on.
All right. So back on the boat. What is everyone's plan? What are you guys looking to do? I mean, there's what you're here to do officially, but what are we looking to do in the City of Splendor?
Gaston has some shopping to do. A few various female beings of the night to partake his leisure with.
Sure.
He needs to hit 2 different temples, drop off some historical books that he wrote himself. Hook up with the Temple of Lathander, drop off some saints' bones.
Yep.
And yeah, his shopping's mostly going to be around some various tasty treats and alcohol.
Sure. Most people
we
call
also
them
need to
women, but
come up
tasty
with-
treats is fine too.
So I'm hoping to hook up the Temple of Ogma with the boat and have them help us outfit it. Maybe hook us up with a couple sailors to come along on our voyage to help crew the thing.
What do you need crew for?
Yeah, crew's
Yeah.
just crew's just
Oh,
more
so
of
we
the
don't have to
bottom
keep
line.
paying local thugs to guard the ship.
Oh,
Plus,
well, you
having
could
travel
also. I
with
mean,
other
you
people
have
take down everything's kind of nice.
you have a couple of very nimble-fingered artificers on board your boat.
And
Yeah, but they may want to
fighter.
leave too.
Well, I mean, they're not.
They can turn the boat into the set of Home Alone, right? Basically.
What do they? So talking to them, do they want to go ashore, or are they happy to just stay on the boat?
Well, so they've been talking to Tanith, and they've got ideas on how to upgrade and improve the boat. Like they're looking, because I mean, as Phandalin has sort of been destroyed, they're kind of homeless at the moment, and so they're looking to upgrade and outfit the boat, so that they can make it, kind of make it a place to live and a base of operations for the moment.
Okay, so I'll talk with them and see kind of what they need shopping wise to try and get for the boat.
Yeah, so they give you a list of some mundane materials, some materials that are not so mundane, and some stuff that's just outright dangerous. They give you a list. It's like, oh yeah, wood, iron, some copper. There's some infused ink. There's some poisons that they're asking for that you're like, you're reading down the list and you're like, I don't know all the laws, but I'm pretty sure like 3 of these are just straight up illegal to own. Like that's like, not sure how we're going to get some of these. I mean, they ask you for a few things. Well, more than a few things, but yeah, there's sort of a laundry list of things that they want. I mean, some of the stuff is just like, sails for the boat, rigging, things like that would help the boat, move fast, help Tanith move faster and get along.
Okay.
And then there's things for armament that they're looking for that they want to make some auto loading and firing crossbow type things, or some integrated spell work they want to put on the boat, things like that.
Are cannons an option?
Oh yeah.
Okay. No, I don't think right now, but down the line, I think cannons are going to be a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll start with the Magi people, I guess, because they seem to be a source of
Okay.
to give away information and stuff to them.
Yeah. So the order of Magisters and Watchful something or other. The hell are they called? The Watchful Order of Magisters and Protectors.
Okay.
So that includes the head of that group is the Blackstaff. So Nico would know some of this. The head of that group is the Blackstaff. They're basically any mage, any sort of magicka that is in not clerics or paladins, as their shit is divine, but anybody that's touching the weave, they're sort of required to at least register with that group, not necessarily join, but just say, hey, I'm in town. Your name has already been taken down by that group when they were there, and they know about the boat and whatnot. And you have an invitation to come and visit.
Okay. I'll go visit.
Okay. Skippy, what are you about in the City of Splendor?
Skippy's gonna go up to Nico and be like, "Hey, Tannis," like hit him on the back, like this dragonborn. He said that he had seen my kind here before, but he wasn't very kind about my kind. How are the Grung being mistreated in this city?
He said he'd never seen your kind before.
Oh, I thought he said he had seen them in like.
No, he'd heard of them. He'd heard of them, but he'd never actually seen one of you before. The Grung typically, the Grung typically are sort of savage tribal people.
No, they're not.
Hashtag not all Grung. No.
Everyone is mistreated in this city. Should get used to that.
Oh, Jesus, Oliver Twist. Give it a rest.
Okay, in that case, Skippy won't go, like, so Skippy thought that, like, maybe the Grung were in some circus or something that...
oh, no, he said that they could put you in the circus and you would draw top dollar because...
that's actually not a bad idea. I could go
some easy money?
Yeah. So actually, like, then I'll continue. Like, hey, Tannis, this...
the boat goes, yeah?
This yeah, not you, Tannis. This circus, what is one of these circuses? I feel like this could be a good job opportunity for me while we're here. I need to make some more poisons. I wonder if we could go. If you could be my manager, and we can.
Yeah, I could be the. I could be the wild frog tamer. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know that there are various menageries and whatnot that are constantly sort of going through town. Some of the smaller ones are in the marketplace. Some of the larger ones are towards the outskirts of town. Or in special, like there's special like sort of squares for, traveling troops and things like that. But they set up and they have, like I said, like menageries, beasts from all over the place that the city folk come and, an owl bear, and look at the, they managed to capture a basilisk and things like that.
Yeah, we'll have to practice some.
Like they're like really, really prevalent. But if you've got something interesting to show,
people like seeing city folk conquering the wild and bending it to their will. That's kind of what they get off on. So we have to teach you some believable tricks like juggling or something.
God, if you could teach Skippy to actually hit what she aims at, that'd be amazing. Oh, that's the narrator again. God damn. All right, the next boat over. Keep it down.
Wow, they've got someone called Skippy too.
Yeah, this is weird. Maybe I could practice my target, do some target practice against this narrator that's
teaching. Yeah. Skippy takes aim at the sky.
Sorry, go ahead.
So what kind of tricks do you think, because with my fantastic marksmanship skills.
Well, obviously archery is the one that no one will believe. So we'll save that for the end. We'll start out with like simple stuff like, can the wild frog, balance an apple on its head, or like,
Well, you gotta, Skippy's gonna have to go and like loincloth,
Oh, yeah.
full tribal like painting. I mean, you gotta tribe it up.
Just like
Yeah.
Boomer.
Yeah.
Well,
get
you don't want
Boomer
to
to-
scare
Skippy
people,
will,
but you're
Boomer can be
Skippy will ask
your
Boomer if he's got
your
a spare kilt or
stylist.
something. Can wrap a kilt around like a sash, like yeah.
Yeah, I think
Here's
we
a
could.
kilt for me, second beard.
I think we could. Yeah, I think we could make some money off of this, Skippy. Yeah. No one will believe that a frog can shoot an arrow. Yeah, excellent.
Trust me, after she shoots, they'll still believe a frog can't shoot arrows.
Come on.
Oh,
We'll have Jeff with the apple on his head and do the William Tell.
Yes. Feel free to miss a bit.
Well, what you got to do, right? Because Skippy's got the 3-shot. You can put an apple on the head, one in the mouth, and then one in the rib cage.
Could you? Yeah.
On Jeff, and then just pow, pow, pow.
All
Have
in
you
one.
ever seen-
Yeah. But do a full
Legolas,
Robin Hood.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay, yeah. So, yes, there are deeply abusive and cruel menageries which exploit the weak for the merriment of the strong. Yeah, I think that could work for us.
Great.
Great. All right, so you can start working with Nico. He's gonna, I'm imagining it would be tastefully done the way he would tribe you up and whatnot. It wouldn't at all be stereotypical or overblown or anything.
Like,
He's all, now can
subtle.
we get this bone through your
Subtle.
nose? Is that a thing that we can?
Skippy's like, have you never seen the grung? What is this?
He's like,
Why
look,
would you do-
Herpendorf's tribe.
what's up?
Herpendorf's tribe. Where they make the tribal people up.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, all right. So they're working on that. Boomer, what are you looking to do?
Boomer wants to get a tattoo.
Okay. Mundane tattoo or magical?
If magical is on the table, I mean, magical is. I mean, one of them definitely probably not magical.
Okay.
Boomer wants kind of like what happened to him in like his past with the necromancer and his tribe.
We got a bit Maui on it.
Yeah, I'll get it tattooed on my back, and it'll be my backstory.
That sounds inspiring.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be really funny while you're getting it, and as you're telling it, your dad axe is just gonna keep interrupting, and like he's all, "That's not exactly how it happened."
Why?
Exactly. You weren't even there. You don't know.
Was also thinking of maybe getting in Dwarvish, like bear and rage, on his
Nice
fingers there.
Maybe a
wait,
did you say was that a G or a P? Deb just got it.
It's a bit laggy over here.
Yes.
Because I got to tell you, one of those is infinitely more scary than the other one.
Does that say? Ooh.
Especially in combination.
Yeah, because if you're coming in, you got the axe, and they're all bare. Wow.
No, you know what? We're good. We're good. My mistake.
Surprised me. Yeah. And then I don't know, magical, like what's on the table.
So magical, there's a few things you can get. You would have to attune to them. Let me see. But there's sort of a range of things that you can get. Some of them are a little dangerous. Some of them are a lot dangerous. It also depends on how much you want to pay.
Well, I've got hardly any gold, and Nico's gonna be with me, and he's my buddy. So
Cool.
Your bank.
you got this one, right, buddy?
Yeah, I'll help you get a job.
Let me see.
You know,
What do we
there's
got in
gangs
my-
fighting. If we go and we beat up one of the gangs, we can get lots of money.
Yeah,
I've got.
the thought had occurred.
I do have a ruby in my inventory that I've had forever.
Yeah.
That's worth a lot.
Gaston has a bunch of random crap in his inventory.
I'm sure you can find someone to buy it.
Yeah.
Well, I kept
Like,
picking
I've
up
had this.
things. Like I've got
I've had this one
amber
ruby
from
forever.
the amber golem.
Oh yeah.
I got feathers from a rock. Got some random stuff.
Yeah, Nico's going to need to find the Zentaran's fence, I think. Get rid of some of the stuff he's carrying around.
All right. Yeah. So there's a couple of things we can do for you.
Cool.
That would be cool. Cool
Yeah.
tattoos.
So they does require attunement to get this on you, but yeah, there's a few things that you could probably find. They're expensive. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah. So yeah, the regular tattoo I mean, especially here in the dock the dock ward, you can get the mundane one done, no problem. The cost for that is relatively cheap. The magic one, you got to go in town for that, and you got to talk to the right people and find that one.
So that'll be where Nico comes in.
Yeah, he asked me where. Yeah.
You probably need a little help. Might need a little help navigating. I mean, you can try on your own.
I want to succeed.
Yeah, sure, it's magical. Bye. That'll be 10,000 gold.
I want this magic tattoo. You said Kermit the Frog? You got it.
When you say this magical command phrase, it morphs to Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, it's super magical. Watch as I disappear. Bye.
With all your money.
Yeah, so can Nico help me out with that?
I'm sure Nico knows where the fancy things are, probably because he's stolen stuff from them before.
Cool. So that'll be what Boomer's doing.
I met this man over at the security fort, and while we were sharing a room, I found out he was a pretty good tattooist.
Security fort.
Oh, Ruben.
Yeah, we were sat there and we worked together for 30 days.
It wasn't just any room, right? It was an ensuite and everything.
Had everything you needed right there in the room with you.
Right there in one room. Yeah.
A cot for both of us. It had a bucket. They
Wrecked him, damn near killed him.
Yeah, right.
All right. So,
before we leave the boat, I want to have a quick word with Tanith quickly.
okay.
going to say Tanith. Now I know Gaston was really keen on hiring the locals to provide security for the boat, but I don't think I trust them. I think they they look a bit disreputable. So, but these simple-minded types scare easy. So if they start looking like they're poking around, maybe taking stuff that's not theirs, just get the crew to maybe give them a little scare, and maybe you could tell them that something like only gold will appease the angry gods, or something like that. I'm sure that'll keep them in line.
You hear sort of a I think I can scare them.
Yeah.
Gold to appease the angry gods, huh?
Mm.
And
maybe,
you hear laughing. You hear laughing from the crew, and you hear the skeletal mouth like clacking together.
Yeah.
And he goes, I think we can do something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Good job. We got to look out for each other, right?
He says, speaking of looking out, Felix, Silver Thistle, and Lionheart and I were talking about some upgrades that we might be able to make.
Ah, yes. My flagship must be a mighty vessel.
Yeah, I'm looking to. I don't see why we can't kick a little ass while we're out at sea. I mean, what happened to us with that bullshit storm god? I don't know.
I did okay.
I'd kind of like to be able to participate a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Participation would have been. I mean, you did a great job. I mean, I had a great time out there. Maybe a bit more speed. Yeah, we need speed and strength.
Well, just if you're on shore there, see what you what you guys can come up with.
I assume Felix has the.
He's got the full list.
The list. He's
got the full list of what the these gnomes. They're crafty. They got ideas.
Well, you think they're crafty? You should talk to the Goblin Techno Wizards. They're amazing.
Yeah, don't worry, Tanith. We're going to make you into a dan. We're going to make you the hottest ship in the fleet.
It's the only ship.
My favorite ship.
Ship in the fleet. I mean, the only ship in the fleet. Wink. Suddenly, Tanith goes all carry on you. Just all. All right. Okay. So, are you guys gonna split up? Obviously, Skippy, you're going with Nico to get Horde shown around.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Boomer also
put a rope around my neck or something.
Oh yeah, no, you gotta have the full. I would, a collar around the neck, and then a sign written in common, elven, and dwarvish that says poisonous.
Yeah, do not touch.
Caution.
Do not touch. Yeah.
Caution.
Wait, Boomer. Yeah, this is all coming together now. Boomer can be the frog's handler, like the guy who holds the chain on the frog. So the wild frog's like snapping at people as it comes past. Boomer sort of, keeping a hold on the chain. Oh yeah, this is going to look great. Yeah.
What about my bow? Who's having
I can hold a
someone
chain.
else,
Yeah, you can hold a chain, right, Boomer? Just don't break her neck with it.
Someone needs to keep hold of my my bow and take good care of it.
Boomer's good with weapons.
Okay, weapon master.
You're gonna get it back from Boomer, and it's gonna have like a bunch of blades and stuff on it. And he's like, your axe was weird. It had a string on it, so I fixed it.
I made it better.
Anyway, it should work better now. I figured out why you kept hitting people.
Skippy can no longer pick it up. Like,
Yeah.
Grow stronger.
Doesn't Skippy have like a 12 strength or something?
8.
8, yeah.
Wow. I think you're the only person Gaston can beat in the arm wrestling contest.
No, you can't hold on to me because I'm poisonous, so I win by default.
That's right. Yeah.
Are you
That's how,
alone?
that's how Skippy gets you.
Yeah.
Arm wrestling contest. Come on, bring it.
I could still go either way. A -1 isn't a sure win.
Oh, drinking contest.
Think
Let
me
me share
beard
that with
could
my
win.
finger. Here you go. Yeah, Skippy's not allowed to be the bartender.
Let the Wookiee win.
Yeah. Skippy has to be
Okay.
careful where she goes for a bath, actually, because she could like inadvertently poison the town and get
Like a-
sentenced to death.
Poison the water supply.
Yeah, well, and it turns out poisoning, they frown upon poisoning here.
Mhm.
Yeah. Boober can hold the chain.
Yeah, we're gonna go and get Skippy dressed up.
I'm sure this will be entirely culturally sensitive.
Yeah.
In my mind now, since we were talking about like all the DM stuff, it's like Ed's planned all this stuff in the city, and then like what do you guys want to do? And he's like, nope. No.
No.
Oh, for God's sake, you guys.
No, you don't have a gun. No. Okay, so the three of you are going to set off. Off together on a. Oh God!
Tattoo circus rampage.
Yeah. All right. So the three of you are setting off. Felix, do you want to accompany Gaston, or are you going to set off on your own?
I'll go on my own.
Okay.
Yep, on my own as well.
Okay.
Grown
I
ass
was ordered
halfling.
to follow Tannis' lead.
Okay. So, all right. So Felix, let's. We'll go with you. I'm just going to go clockwise or counterclockwise around my screen. So Felix, we'll go with you.
Okay.
Can't tell, but I'm pointing at you.
Mhm.
You're pointing at Deb right now on my screen.
Oh, am I?
And on
How
mine.
about now?
You're pointing at my second screen.
Yeah. Now you're
Oh,
pointing at
buddy.
me. Now, Deb.
Still Deb.
Wait, is Deb down here or is she over there?
She's to
I'm
your-
everywhere.
your left. That's your
Oh. Are you up?
You haven't tried up here yet.
I'm in the middle. I'm in the top middle. That's me. Yep.
Right there. Okay.
Oh,
So
that's Matt.
what's up?
Hi.
Go to your left. Yep. There you go.
Ah. All right. So Ryan.
The funny thing is, on my screen, you're pointing at me.
Am I?
Yeah, you're-
Oh man.
Yeah.
Now you're pointing at me
On my screen, you're pointing at me.
Ah, Jesus.
I am Spartacus.
Well, that was an entirely
Oh,
failed
you-
experiment. Ryan. Okay, so you, Felix, set off with your list of things. Is there anything else you wanted to do in the city?
Want to try and sell some of my wares.
Oh yeah, you got a big clanking bag of shit that you're dragging along. Yeah, Waterdeep's definitely the place to sell them. What are you looking to sell?
Some ancient artifacts that came from a clan of necromancers from across the sea.
I've got 4 blood gems, that big
Yep.
stun disc, crystal container that superior.
Is that the cursed one?
Huh?
Is that the cursed one?
The potion bottle?
Oh, never. Oh, well, I mean, you got shoved up somebody's ass, so it's a little bit cursed.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
It at least doesn't smell right.
Gold goblet from the house with the in Barovia. And then the sun god disc.
Ooh. Oh, the thing from Lathander?
Yeah, that we found I found in the graveyard, digging up in someone's grave.
Yeah. Are you going to Are you going to sell that back to a Temple of Lathander or just to somebody?
I'd prefer to go to Lathander, depending on their price.
Yeah. So you, in general, you can get a better price from the temple than you can from just somebody,
Okay.
unless it's like obviously magic.
Or stolen.
Well, yeah, if someone stole it from the temple in town, yeah, like I would recommend not selling it back to them.
Yeah. So I guess I'll Lathander, I think, is the only place that'll have a specific buyer.
Yeah. Everything else, a lot of the other stuff is just sort of antique or gem stuff. So
I was about to say, is Talos against Lathander?
Is Talos against Lathander?
Yeah, Lathander and Talos are like head to head, right?
Talos and Lathander are not specifically against each other. Talos is he's definitely a violent god, whereas Lathander is a god of new beginnings and business and trade and light. They are definitely not friends, but they're not specifically opposed.
Yeah, I was just thinking if they were opposed, maybe we could send that off to the Temple of Talos and see if we can bribe them to leave Boomer and Tanith alone.
That's a good question. What about Moradin? Because Moradin is like a mountain earth god, and like Talos is a sky, storm god, and sky like air and earth are opposites.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, in general, a lot of the dwarven gods don't get along with the nature gods, just as a rule. Like they're not super keen on a lot of the growy green stuff. Talos is more of a god of storms and destruction. Sort of chaotic destruction. Again, they're never going to be friends, but they're not specifically opposed.
Gotcha.
It's not like Lathander and a death god, right? Like those two are diametrically opposed. Like they are absolutely at each other's throat. Talos also doesn't have any temples here in Waterdeep. You very rarely find any like codified or a civilized temple to Talos. Most of them are out in nature. It's usually some sort of rock formation or something that's built out in nature that is exposed to the elements and to the storms. Yeah. So, all right. So you are going to go out to.
Yep. I guess I'll.
I can just do this and point to all of you at one time. Great. Okay. So Felix is going to head out. So how do I put this delicately? Your visage is horrifying.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing a hood, like on my cloak. I'm wearing it up.
Okay.
Oh, that's enough.
Yeah. Do you have like a Phantom of the Opera type mask? Like, I mean, I don't want to be offensive, but half your face is a skull.
Yeah, I guess I'll cast Alter Self. What time of day is it?
It's daytime.
Okay. So yeah, I guess I'll.
Do you take Jeff with you?
No, Jeff's gonna stay on the boat. He's gonna listen to Tanith.
Okay.
And pretty much be one of the crew.
Okay. Part of the crew, part of the ship. Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, you go off. Yeah, you can use Alter Self to kind of mask your disguise self. Yeah, you cast Disguise Self to kind of cover up your what have you there. You still have a bit of a faint reek of, kind of decay about you, but it's not super strong. Okay, so yeah, you ask for directions. Give me a survival check. Not survival. Sorry, just give me a.
You
Give me
sure?
an intelligence check.
You sure?
One.
God damn it!
Yeah. So. So you're able to ask around. You can ask around. It takes you a little bit of time, but you eventually make your way. You find your way to a temple of Lathander.
Well, haven't I also
It's this
been to the city
massive.
before?
What's up?
Haven't I also been to the city before? I mean, granted, stuff has probably changed.
You've been to the city, but it has grown and changed a lot. So one of the things that, one of the massive things that's changed as you sort of walk through, you see 8 enormous statues around the city that are in various poses. 8? No, 5. Sorry. 3 of them. There's 5 that are still standing. The other ones have sort of been dismantled, like these massive statues that definitely weren't here the last time you were there. Last time you were here, there was only one, and it was at the foot of Mount Waterdeep, and it is now in the Ward District.
Okay.
But yeah, so you make your way to the temple. The temple is obviously, when you were here, there was a temple to Lathander, but obviously this is much grander, and the temple district has moved. It has changed locations since when you were here. It's a massive sort of gold-plated building. It has this huge sunrise on it. Lathander, the Church of Lathander, which is tightly the merchants in the city seek the blessing of Lathander. So the Temple of Lathander is sort of hand in hand with a lot of the merchants in the city. So the Temple of Lathander is doing well, shall we say.
So I'll come up and look for someone without trying to obviously look, I've got a shiny disc. Who wants to buy it?
Who's got my shiny? So you walk in, and you can see off to the right in the temple, there is an office area, that's, clearly, because inside you can see, obviously this is where services and rites and things are performed, but off to the right, there's something that's clearly sort of an administration office.
Okay, I'll check there and inquire and say I have a piece of religious, what's a good word? Missing property that they might want.
Right, yeah. So they're used to adventurers coming into Waterdeep, that go out and loot temples and dungeons and things that were forgotten and ruins. They're used to adventurers coming in that have found artifacts. So when you come in, and there's I can envision that, in this town, they actually have a desk that says lost artifacts. They actually have an area where you can just go over and, okay. And the person, you walk up and they say, it's this young halfling woman. And she says, good day. How can I help you? Have you found? Oh, Gaston likes that. Have you found something of the Morning Lords that you would like to return to the temple?
Yes, I have. I have a disc here that I recovered recently, and I think it should be returned back to a church that will actually respect and be able to use it.
She says, "Of course. May I please see the object?"
Yes, and I cast enlarge on it, so it's worth more. No, I'm just kidding.
You're all whip plunk.
How did you get this through the door? Well,
So she takes it from you, and you see she pulls out this sapphire, what looks kind of like a jeweler's loop, But it's this sapphire thing, and it glows faintly when she fits it to her eye.
Oh, yes, I appreciate you actually checking it and not accepting my word for it.
She says, well, you can never be too careful, and we have to look and see. There are those who would seek to destroy the temple from within. We've had some magically booby-trapped things given to us before, so we have to take every precaution.
How terrible.
So she puts on this loop, and she's looking at this disc. It's got the sunrise pattern on it, and she flips it over, and she's,
Was this from Barovia?
No. Don't say that word.
You didn't get this from a cursed Dibby plane, did you?
Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
Cursed Dibby.
I brought it from Fandolin. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
So yeah, she turns it over and she looks at it, and then she, without taking the loop off, she looks up at you and she goes, "Huh!" And she kind of starts, and she, oh, and you can see she's like starts to break out in a light sweat, and she's, if you'll excuse me a moment, and she kind of steps back, and she leaves the disc on the desk, and she sort of walks off a little shakily.
I'll try and calm her and be like, I know what I look like. Please don't feel like you're offending me. I take no offense. I've
had a bad experience.
And she goes, oh no, of course, I see why you put the, so are you, well.
I'll step back to like be less intimidating.
Right. Yeah. You step back. Yeah. I step back a little bit, and you see this
steps back, raises his hand into a spell casting position, and says, "Don't worry."
You see this a human male, an older gentleman comes over, seeing that there's some distress over here. He says, "Lyra, is there something I can help with? Sir, is there something wrong?"
No, nothing's wrong right now. We just had a slight surprise here.
And you can see she's touching her own face on the side that where you're missing all the skin. She's like just sort of staring, and she's going like this, and she goes, "No, Master Rivas, no, everything's quite all right. It's just I was a little startled. I'm okay. Everything's fine." And he kind of, he kind of gives you a hard look, Felix, and he goes, "I'll be just over here." And he's saying this more to you than to her.
Please, sir.
But he walks away, and she sits down. You can see she's visibly trying to compose herself, and she leans in, and she goes, "What is it? Does it hurt?"
Not anymore.
Oh, I've seen some curses. Some adventurers have come in here before, but nothing so. You can, she's kind of touching her own face, and she goes, "Are you? Oh,
Would you like to touch it? Would that answer your curiosity?"
And she goes, "Oh God, no! But I mean, would it be okay? Like, can I?
If that would diffuse your wearisome here."
And she goes,
"Yes, by all means."
and she kind of reaches out, and her hand passes through the glamour that you have on yourself, and you can feel her touching, like, the bare sort of bone of your face
Like
on
in
that
the back of my
side.
mouth, like that's why.
Oh yeah, no, she touches the teeth, and and she kind of like, she's like that, and she goes, oh, and it's not sticky. I thought it would be sticky.
I'm glad to disappoint you.
Yeah. Oh God, this is so rude. This is so awkward. Okay. May the light of the morning Lord bless you and do what it can for you. Okay. Back to business.
Thank you for your blessing.
Yeah, this piece, this is very old. This is from a sect of our church that has not been heard from in hundreds of years. Where did you find this?
In the same place that gave me this.
Oh, you adventurers. Why would you? No, I'm not here to judge. Okay, this is extremely rare, what you found. This is quite impressive. For something of this magnitude, I'm authorized to pay you up to 2,000 gold.
Oh, please, half of that will be plenty.
Are you sure? It seems to have cost you quite a bit.
I've gained more than just this. Not all.
And she's all, well, and you hear like she goes, okay, and then she turns away and she goes, not wait. And then she turns and then a little quieter to herself, she goes, lucky bastard. And then she reaches under the desk and she pulls out this roll of gold coins that have the and she pulls one out and she's all, these are Waterdavian standard, it has the stamp of Waterdeep on it, and she says, I'm authorized. She says, are you sure? And she she hands you the 1,000. She's all, is there anything else we could do for you?
I'd like directions to the magistrate, please, and somewhere where I could get some shipwright supplies.
When you say the magistrate, do you mean the Order of Magisters and Protectors?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, she says, oh, of course. She's all, oh, maybe you think they can probably help with the...
Probably not.
Oh, right. But, they will be interested. That is something.
Go to the Temple of Duty. They'll help.
I'm just glad that this disc was able to find its way back to its rightful place.
Of course. I have to ask you, were there any active churches still practicing, or I mean, where you found this was the light of Lathander still shining?
There was for a brief moment, but not when we left. Unfortunately, we caught the closing end.
We snuffed that candle real good.
Yes, it had somehow managed to survive for centuries, and then we arrived.
Yes.
She says, oh, a shame. But the morning Lord, the light of the morning Lord will rise and shine on them again. New beginnings. You have done great work. Thank you so much. This is truly a blessing to have this back in the house of the morning Lord. And she goes and she tells you where the Tower of the Blackstaff is, like where the Watchful Order of Magisters and Protectors, can't miss it. Here, it's this tower. And then she tells you that tower, like when she tells you where it is not where you left it. Like you're all fucking weird. All right. The spell plague was a hell of a thing. So she tells you where that is, and then the shipwrights, she tells you, oh, of course, like if you go to She tells you in the dock ward, but sort of like in a better area of the dock ward, like where you could find a shipwright, ship engineers and supplies and, outfitters and things like that. Away from like where all the warehouses and stuff are, but where the actual like business of shipping goes on. All right. So you walk out 1 disc lighter and 1,000 gold richer. You also were blessed by Lathander, so go ahead and take inspiration.
Oh.
All right, so you're heading towards the Tower of the Blackstaff. Let's go to Gaston.
Do we like just cross each other as we're as he's coming into the church and I'm leaving? Like,
To Ogma first. And I'm going in style. I'm going to get my little full-on Ogma outfit on, stand on my book, have a staff with a pennant of the Temple of Ogma.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going straight to the Temple of Ogma first?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. All right, so you
gotta smell a library every now and again or go crazy.
So you head to the Temple of Ogma, which is again in the Temple District. It is the Temple of Ogma is so the Church of Ogma is doing no less well than obviously the gathering of knowledge and whatnot. It can be profitable, but it is much more austere than the Temple of Lathander. Like it is way more function over form. Like there's no guilt on the outside of this thing. Like it's not, they're not trying to show off. It looks,
why waste the gold there when you can buy more books?
Yeah, I mean, picture the front of the New York Public Library, right? Like, I mean, it's, sort of classic stone columns, things like that, but it's not super ostentatious.
Excellent.
Okay. All right, so you had yeah. All right. So you head into the Temple of Ogma. Inside, it looks like exactly what you would think. It looks like a grand library. The center of it, lined with books and scrolls and things. There is an altar dedicated to Ogma, which has stone steps that go up to a plinth. There's sort of a priest station. I don't know what the fuck it's called. The thing up there where all the rites and whatnot are performed. There are several what look like clerks, but are probably priests. Moving around, pulling out books, they're writing notes. They're constantly sending information. There's large teleportation circles that are in a few different places around the temple that are moving people between temples to sort of spread the knowledge. As you come floating in on the Tome of Ogma, full regalia, right? Like you've done it all the way up, the full vestments, the thing. You come in, and so the vestments and things that you have are not.
They're from Ravnica.
Yeah, they're from Ravnica. So I mean, they're slightly different. It obviously has the same the same basic symbols, but the colors and stuff are different. So they know that you're a visiting cleric, like you're not from Waterdeep. You come floating in, but as you come, you see a lot of the young clerk/priest turn, and there's a lot of whispering and excited murmuring, and you could practically feel the news of your arrival pick up speed and travel out away from you. so that by the time you're about midway in, there is someone who is much more senior and much more their mage finery is higher. Like you could tell there's somebody in charge. They come walking out and welcome, a brother knowledge seeker. We haven't had a seeker here in and so the title seeker, capital S, is someone who actively is adventuring for the Church of Ogma, someone who is going out and seeking knowledge. And the fact that you're writing this book, the Tome of Ogma, means that you have been blessed by the goddess herself. Himself.
It's a dude.
Himself. You've been blessed by the god himself. Like if you're actually writing one of these tomes, you've been blessed by the god himself, and sort of anointed to go outside of the temple, outside of the church, and seek new knowledge. And so you're coming in there. Welcome, a seeker, brother. Please come, tell us what you have learned.
All righty. How much time do you have?
Oh, you sit comfortably.
For knowledge, we have all the time in the Cosmere. Please.
Excellent.
And so as he's saying this, you can see that your arrival has, there's sort of this impromptu colloquium that is starting to form. A lot of the young clerks are coming to hear what you have to say, and he's ushering you up towards the sort of the main diocese so that you can sort of address the assembled clergy.
Well, I'm going to be here for a few days, I'm pretty sure.
Wonderful. And he yells out, sandwiches and coffee. We're going to be here for a few days. He's calling out.
Yeah. Hand over 11 books on the various planes I've been to, including 11. The most recent one, which is Barovia.
Yep.
And say, here's my recent journeys. They're all illustrated bits and pieces.
Right, yeah. So,
a copy of the G-Spot from Mystery to Mastery, multi-species sexual exploration, also illustrated.
So yeah, so he's taking the books and he's handing them to the clerics who are reverently taking them, and they're going to go and copy them like word for word. They're going to start making copies of these to be distributed to the various temples.
All right, and I'll ask him, do you want personal knowledge, or you just want knowledge of my travels?
No, of course. A personal perspective often gives scope to the raw knowledge that is coming in. Those who were there to experience it, we must have a recorded record. All is knowledge. All is important.
So it all began in my early scribing days. I met Lisa. Lisa was a wonderful halfling. She was a summoner who turned out to be a bit of a demonologist. And then it just goes from there until how my love affair with her turned bad. She summoned the succubus on me. I managed to accidentally find a broken cube, which launched me to random planes of existence, and I've been traveling and taking notes ever since.
So at this, he asked you, do you have diagrams of the cube, and have you, he asked you for a full, basically, do you have a tome just on the cube, on this dimension sliding cube?
The first 2 pages of each of the books has my comments on it.
And he gestures sharply to the scribes and says, be sure that it's copied exactly as you see it. Exactly, mind you. And so, so you go on, and as long as you want to talk, like and the scribes are, as their hands begin to cramp up and cripple, they're bringing in, new, sort of fresh rotations to take over and write. And you can see that each of the ones that are making a copy, no matter who is writing, they all have exactly the same handwriting. They've all been trained to write exactly the same, so that all the copies that come out are in exactly, no matter who wrote it, they're all in exactly the same script.
Alrighty then.
And they're just bringing in fresh, like as you keep talking and going through your books and talking about your findings and where you've been, they continue to write. And he tells you that they haven't managed to successfully build any sort of reliable teleportation to go from plane to plane. So it's not often that they get visitors from a different plane to bring knowledge of a different plane to here to Faerun.
Oh, Faerun is now my 12th plane I've been to. Of course, not including Ravnica, but it is my 12th sojourn.
Mm-hmm.
And so I put in the link there the various places I've been to.
Okay.
And leave them on a cliffhanger from one of the various adventures. And then the giant smashed in the door. But you guys look tired. I'll come back tomorrow.
And then it's just no, like the crowd sort of erupts and goes absolutely crazy. Like nobody wants to, nobody wants you to stop talking. Nobody, they're all please.
Except for the scribes who are going, thank you.
Right? Yeah. So they ask you. They say you must stay. Of course you will be a guest of the Temple of Ogma. We will of course put you up here. Well, we shall resupply you. We shall resupply you with papers and inks. Whatever scribing materials you need. Please be our guest this evening.
So ask the senior if he has a moment to speak with me in private.
Of course. Of course.
Excellent. All right, so when we get someplace private, so
yeah, he shows you your
travels,
apartments. He takes you up to your apartments, where they're going to put you up, and it's nice. Like this is clearly for visiting heads of other temples and whatnot. Like where they put the, it's got like it has a room for you to sleep. It's got like a little sort of an antechamber, bathroom with running water, fully plumbed. A balcony that looks out over the square of the temple, the sort of the temple where all the temples are at. Really nice apartment.
All right. So in my journeys, I managed to come across the bones of a saint of Lathander. I was planning on heading over to the Temple of Lathander to return the saint's bones. Is there anything you need from the Temple of Lathander?
Oh, well, now that is interesting. And he looks at you and he says, in fact, there is. This puts us in an excellent position. Okay. There is something that we do need from the Temple of Lathander. The Temple of Lathander, obviously, has some sway over the local merchants. We have been petitioning to have a second library erected in the market ward where the most traffic, the most people are moving through, and would be an excellent place to have a public library to disseminate knowledge to all the masses of Waterdeep.
And they're stopping this?
They are stopping this. They say that land, that area should be for nothing but commerce and wealth. They don't understand the riches of knowledge. They don't understand that the masses are yearning to be educated. And they've blocked us for nearly a decade now.
Well, I will see what I can do.
That would be an absolute marvel.
Excellent. I was wondering if you could assign me a guide for the town. I am new to this plane. Also, could you exchange for me some local coinage? I got tossed some coins from like 11 different planes of existence.
Right, yes, bling! He says, of course. Of course, we'll give you. And he kind of looks at. He says, "This is. Of course, we will not exchange this. All of these coins are. These will go into our museum, of course. But the church will supply you with what you need."
Excellent. Also, we have our ship, which is a ship which seems to have several souls bound to it.
You don't say.
Yeah, I just did.
Of course.
So this guy's like last 15 Christmases just walked in through.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. This guy is like, oh.
I'm going to need new shorts.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. No. I mean, this guy is fully erect as you're speaking to him. Like, I mean, this is amazing. Yeah.
This is eye level, man. That's not awkward at all.
Well, you got a floating book. You know, you're up on the book. You know, and even if the book stopped floating, you wouldn't actually be able to go all the way down. Like, you would be perched. So yeah, he says, that's amazing. Do you think I could send some scribes to study it, to record what's on there?
You can go and talk to it. It's a very private.
Talk to it.
Absolutely.
It talks.
Yeah, absolutely. You can go and chat with it. I can take you there tomorrow after a nice rest, but it doesn't like to be poked and prodded, but you're more than welcome to discuss with it any of its stories or histories. And I'm sure it would be happy to tell you everything it knows for some resupplies. It's been derelict for a while and is missing things like ropes and sails and stuff.
Of course. Of course we can outfit it with whatever it needs. If it's carrying if it is carrying a seeker, it will have what it needs to gather knowledge. Do you think those souls would be willing to serve Ogma?
We can have that discussion. I've been talking with it, and it seems to really enjoy it. It's allowed me to carve quite a bit of Ogma's holy books into its walls in the captain's quarters.
Amazing. Are you saying that the holy instruction manual has been carved upon this vessel?
A chunk of it, yes. I'm still working on it.
Amazing. Of course. Tomorrow, you must be exhausted. Rest now. We will have breakfast in the morning. We will have breakfast in the morning, and then we will of course. I must see this for myself. I will bring my personal scribes. We will go and see this in the morning. I must talk to this. Does it have a name?
Oh yes, it's named Tennis. I think it was originally called the Winds of Tennis, but it goes by Tennis now.
The souls have taken on the identity of the ship itself?
I think so, yes.
Amazing. Do you hear multiple voices, or does it speak with I'll discover this for myself in the morning. I'll keep you up all night. I can't. Ogma has truly blessed us. The knowledge of this day is amazing. Of course. Have a good evening, please. If you need anything, just touch the glyph on the nightstand by your bed, and someone will be in to attend to you.
If you could prepare some maps of the local area and perhaps some basic knowledge for me in a small booklet or pamphlet that I could read and know more about this new plane that I've come to.
Oh. Of course, we have some abridged versions, but we have an entire wing dedicated to the history of just Waterdeep, and then Faerun at large of what we know. You need to bottom line it. I see. Okay, yes. I will have the scribes prepare something.
From other planes, think about a small book you would like me to carry and deliver to any other plane I may go to.
What a gift! Yes. Yes, I will have the scribes get on that right away. They will put the sort of like a tourist, some sort of informational something that if people wanted to come here, what they need to know. Yes. Of course, I will have them started on it at once. How many copies do you need?
Just one.
Just the one. Okay.
But
Okay.
it's a good idea to have that you may be able to sell your library to other people who may be new to the area. So it's not a bad idea to make more copies, but I only need the one.
Of course, of course. Yeah, you will have it, absolutely. They will start on it this evening. And he says, please, rest. We will talk more in the morning. They will get started on this. Have a good evening. And he turns and walks out, and you hear him yelling for scribes as he's walking out and shouting orders. And he turns to the attendant there and he says, whatever he needs, you make sure he is comfortable. He has brought us an immense amount of knowledge. Ogma is pleased. Make sure he has what he needs.
Is there a bookcase in the room?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So I'm gonna walk over to the bookcase and just.
Oh, and it is that smell of leather, of fresh bound books and leather that you have come to just associate with sort of home and comfort, and this is where you belong. You inhale that rich scent of just leather and parchment and ink, and your soul is sort of instantly rejuvenated. Like, this is something you've been longing. You didn't even know how much you missed it until you hit this smell.
Now that I've sniffed the books, I'll go ahead and pass out for the evening.
You should just enough to get the armor off, and then
Yeah, I've had my hit of knowledge. I'm good.
Right. Yeah. All right. Okay. So the three of you, the cultural ambassadors, shall we? Jesus, this is going to be a shit show. All right.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
With that attitude.
Yeah.
I see it with confidence.
Give the
It's
people
going to be
what
a
they
shit
want.
show.
Yeah, the best shit show ever.
Is that like the name of our
Behold the shit show.
Yeah.
Best shit show.
Ultimate.
All right. So you guys head out into town. So Nico, some of the sort of one of the best places that you could go if you wanted to head, sort of the main place that you would want to go would be the market in between, sort of at the meeting of the Sea Ward, the North Ward, and the Castle Ward, where the main sort of market area is.
People with more money than sense might be wandering past looking for a bit of a diversion.
Well, that's where the tourists are. That's where everyone's going to shop. That's where it's sort of the the meeting place of the common people is in this area, and this is where a lot of the menageries and things like that that are going to be set up. This is where it happens.
So I'm just gonna I'll say I think no one's gonna want to come and see a sailor with with his little freak show here, eh? I think we're gonna need to put on something a little more extravagant. And I'll sort of do a bit of I'll just sort of go into a little quiet alleyway and just sort of give myself a bit of the old ringmaster garb, just with a bit of disguise. So.
Ooh, are we gonna sing and dance? I saw The Greatest Showman, so
Yeah, actually, I think they would like to hear your bagpipes, Boomer. Yes, tribal music is very popular.
Did Skippy bring the flute along? Because that could be like Grung playing a flute. That could be something we do. It's like the ending credits.
I think Nico's going to see if he can get people to sort of place bets on how civilized the frog can get. So I think we'll.
Okay, so it's performance +4.
Right. So you got. So you've basically got. You've got you've got Skippy done up in green face, basically.
That shit.
And yeah. All right. So
We're getting off to a good start.
oh no, this is like we've got nowhere to go but down. All right.
Yeah.
So you've got
Grand total of 7. Yeah.
I
think you need a new intro.
Skippy's happy. It's making Skippy look good. Like
Yeah, she's angry.
Yeah.
Right. So you've
I'll say that's right, Boomer. You keep that frog in line.
It's a little, it's tough.
I was talking about my bagpipes.
It's tough to play the bagpipe with the chain at the same time, right? So I mean, Yeah. So you're marching. So are you guys making a little procession?
Oh yeah, I'll be like, roll up, come and see. Need a name. Come and see the Great Mountain Menagerie. Once in a lifetime chance, the savage people of the barren wastes. From the swamps, we have a vicious grung killing machine, barely controlled by my brutish mountain dwarf king. I'll be sort of gesturing as you sort of through. Roll up.
Yeah, Boomer didn't know he was going to be part of the show.
Boomer's like, I thought I was just holding a chain in place.
Boomer's waiting to get his tattoos done. So.
Is this how they do tattoos here?
Yeah, like, I don't know their ways, so I mean,
this is just
also,
how they do things here.
In Skippy's mind, it was like, this is a good opportunity to show like the people that the grung can be like intelligent and skilled.
It is a full-on minstrel show. Like this is. All right. I need the three of you to go ahead and give me a group performance check.
Oh dear.
it's gonna be great.
No, it deserves better than that. I'm gonna have to use some luck on this, definitely.
I only got a 5.
I got a with my +4, so that's a 19 for me.
Boomer got a 19.
Man, I got 15 again.
To be fair,
all right,
it's
so
better than my 5.
Yeah. So the two of you sort of carry it off. Skippy, you're doing your best to kind of so it's Skippy, you're trying to act like civilized and whatnot, like, because in your head you were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna show that the grung are not, I'm gonna show, like, oh, I'm just gonna, even though you got the collar around your neck and whatnot, so it's a little like
it's not the vision Skippy had.
Right, yeah, you're kind of like, that's weird, but with the collar, it's going to be tough to give a math lecture with this on, but all right. And so, but, Boomer is looking savage, playing, this strange mountain music with the bagpipes. And look, obviously he's, scarred up, just the kilt. Axe slung over, axe slung on his back with a skull coming off of it. Your dad is singing the words to the song you're playing.
Yeah.
As you're
See their
going
hideous
along,
tribal magic. Hear their vicious languages in a tongue that'll tear into your very soul.
yeah,
madam.
so you're getting a little bit of a following. You definitely have a bunch of kids running after you, and you can and you see there's a few ladies along the side that are commenting, oh, I wonder who's got under the kilt.
I'll message Skippy and say, snap at that lady over there, the one that isn't paying attention.
Skippy's on it like.
Jesus. Yeah, so you give her the frog snap, a little poison spittle comes off. Give me an intimidation check, Skippy.
Oh, you're choosing all my strong points. It's not bad considering. Oh no, it's quite bad.
But Boomer will pull.
Skippy snaps at this lady who Skippy snaps at this lady who kind of like just pulls her, like kind of looks at you and it's just all filthy, and she kind of slaps you a little bit, like gives you a little bit, gives you a little.
Madam,
back.
careful! This one is poisonous. Don't touch, please. Please do not touch.
She looks at her, her gloved hand, which has this like thick sort of mucusy coating on it on the back. And she goes, "Oh."
And Skippy's like,
I'll give Boomer a nod. I'll sort of message Boomer and say, Boomer, flex for the ladies. Flex for the ladies.
Boomer, go ahead. Boomer, go ahead and give me a what's a flex check? Give me just give me a strength check. Just give me a strength check.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Boomer, you give her the full on Arnold, like Mr. Universe, like you put it up and it's
Is Skippy like dangling now in the air?
Yeah, off the chain, like you give him the flex, and it's just.
Oh, you probably put her down. She's supposed to be green.
It's just rippling muscle under scar tissue, and you hear a lot of
I'll be like, yes. We'll have all kinds of amazing sights on display at the show. You can count on it, madam.
and they're kind of
fill them full of meat first.
You're not there.
Lenine and Waterdeep?
Again.
So you continue your procession. When you get to sort of the sort of the fairgrounds in the middle of the market, you've got a little bit of a following, and this woman comes up to you. She's in her sort of middle years. She has bright red hair, and she walks up to you and she says, oh my, look, this is simply what," and she looks down at you, Skip. She goes, "Oh, what is this?"
This is a savage grung tribal warrior from the barren wastes beyond the mountains.
Is it
Skippy looks up and goes, "Hello, madam."
Skippy's just holding back, just like, "Oh, nice to meet
Boomer gives a little yank on the chain. I mean, yeah. Oh, is it dangerous?
Oh, terribly dangerous.
Oh, of course.
Only if she's on your side.
Only if she's not aiming at you.
She says, "My name's Kina. Welcome to the market. I assume you will want to rent a space to display your wares, as it were." And she's eyeing Boomer. She's kind of giving Boomer the and she goes, she says, "Our rates are quite reasonable for shows. It is 4 gold for the day to display. If you would like to go for a 10-day, there's of course a significant discount."
Oh, I think it will be much more spectacular if it's just a one-off event. I think that's always the exclusivity will bring in the finest clientele.
Of course. So just for the day and night then.
That's correct.
4 gold. 4 gold. Can I have your name, please?
My name is
my name. You
my
say
name.
My name. I've got one, and it's a good one. It's real as shit.
My name is Captain Montgomery Scott.
Captain. She goes, Captain Montgomery Scott, of course. And the name of your show?
Galaxy Quest?
Some kind of Star Trek. It's Monty's Flying Circus, of course. Flying, for it's here for one night only.
Oh,
Nice.
grand. Of course, she scribbles the names down. She takes the 4 gold from you. And she says, "You'll be right over there in lot 7F, right over there." And she points to this empty lot with this post that says 7F scribed on it.
Yes, I think we'll need. Who do I talk to about getting the stage arranged correctly?
Oh, if you don't, if you're in need of renting anything, you'll have to talk to our quartermaster right over there. And she points to this. There's like sort of this large pavilion that's set up that you can see has stages and all sorts of things that are available.
Yeah, I'll say I'll give her 5 gold, and I'll say make sure you find your seat in the front row. You're not going to want to miss this show.
Of course. She sort of eyeballing Boomer, and she goes, "Is there any options for a private show later in the evening?"
He's not a bear, so no.
These savage folk don't have the same kind of tastes for the civilized folk of the cities, but
I wouldn't want him to break you.
And then I'll kind of lean down and say, but maybe we could see if something could be arranged.
And she says, "I think so. I'd love to give him a taste of the city." And then she and
I think Ed needs to take inspiration.
And she gives you your receipt. You're saying that you paid for the lot. On the back of it is written her name and what her name and the ward and street that she's staying on. And she says, "If something can be arranged, please send a runner."
Certainly, madam.
Her name is Kina.
Certainly, Madam Keener, of course. I shall begin setting up the show immediately. Come, Mountain King, bring the savage beast.
Have you ever seen Spartacus? Like that.
Did Boomer hear this?
He heard me saying absolutely not, like you're not into like city folk. And then I kind of
can I roll like
you can roll perception to see if you overheard it.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I fucking heard that shit.
You absolutely heard that Nico is trying to turn you
Tip
out.
me out.
Yeah, you're about to get turned, as it were.
Yeah.
Right, let's go
Boomer
get set up.
Will...
Come on. Yes, Mountain King. What can I do for you?
What in Morrigan's Ball's name do you think you're doing?
I'm trying to run a show. Do you want to help me out?
I think I'm gonna do. Ooh,
Boomer, look around. You're a star. You're a star.
There's a lot of people sort of around you that are kind of interestedly looking and waiting for you to set up, and you see them pointing at Skippy, and talking, and you can see there's a couple of kids like hopping around like frogs, like pantomiming frog.
I'll let go of him, and we're gonna have some words.
All right, so you head over to the lot.
Leave them wanting more, Boomer. Always leave them wanting more.
Yeah.
Is this some kind of euphemism?
There's pills for that.
Captain.
And Captain. Anyway,
I'm getting
let's,
fucked.
yeah, I'll go and
You're
see
getting
the.
fucked. Just keep that in mind.
Win. Great. I'm gonna go see the quartermaster. You take the frog over there. See if you can drum up some support.
You're gonna turn Nico into a turfucking, like, you know, where, you know, someone's doing Boomer, Boomer's doing Nico.
Didn't have to be this way, Nico.
Is Skippy still on the chain?
Oh yeah, Skippy's on the chain. All right, so Nico, are you going to go over to the fairgrounds quartermaster to get what you need?
Yep.
So yeah, everything. So to get you a little like tent, like a little pavilion thing and a stage, it's going to be 20 gold.
Right.
To rent it out. The guy, and the guy kind of looks at you. You know, the fact that you don't have your own stuff, you can see he's condescending to you a little bit, like, you know, these little fly-by-night, you know, you managed to find a little sideshow. How cute for you, you know. Clearly you're not like real circus people.
Sure.
You know,
Your
he's like,
business
yeah.
model is hemorrhaging badly, Nico.
It's all right. We're going to turn it around. Don't worry.
Just wait.
20 gold, you say? Huh,
Yeah, I mean,
bargain.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, when you turn Boomer out, it's, you know.
And I assume this comes with, you know, there'll be space for a sizable crowd in this pavilion.
The guy tells you, oh, of course, you'll have probably a lot more room than you'll need.
You grossly underestimate the incredible nature of this show, I'm sure. But that's okay. I'm used to skepticism.
He looks at you and goes, I'm sure. And, you know, he sends a couple of the Goompers over to set up, set everything up, set the stage up for you, set the pavilion up. You know, the little tent flap door. And he goes, and you know, it looks a little. I mean, obviously, it looks a little bit used. You know, it's a little bit shabby and stuff, but it's definitely serviceable. And it'll sort of get the job done.
All right. Yeah. So we'll start. Head over there. Start setting things up.
So are you gonna any sort of signage or anything like that?
Just seeing what I can do here.
Bleed money.
See what we got going on here.
I'll take the dwarf with the horse cock. You man whore.
No signage.
No signage.
Mystery tent.
Mystery tent.
Are slaves bought and sold in Waterdeep?
What's up?
Are slaves bought and sold in Waterdeep?
They are, but not legally.
Ah, hear that, Boomer? You're about to be sold underneath the stage.
20 minutes ago.
Only need 20 minutes.
You set up a word of mouth has sort of spread that you have this strange frog creature, this grung that people have heard about. There's also some word going around about the mountain savage that has also been brought down. One of the hill tribes people, which most people in town are actually afraid of, because the hill tribes people usually raid the civilized places. Definitely, go through farms, things like that. So the fact that you have, one of the hill tribe people, and a dwarf at that, because they're usually way prouder than this, than to be put on display in such a grotesque manner.
I didn't know this was happening.
Normally that would sting, like a proud and proper dwarf, that would absolutely sting them. But the fact that you have, such a broken wretch of a creature, one of the hill tribe people, that for the people to gawk and gaze at is a wonder. And so word starts.
Boomer's dad's with us as well, right? I can imagine he's really enjoying this.
Wow. How has it come to this?
He is. You can hear him just running a running litany of apologies to all of your ancestors' spirits, like to all of the dwarves that have come before you. It's just, I'm sorry for the embarrassment that Urkriel is. Clearly he has gone astray. Thank God his mother thank God that he got his mother's soul enslaved by a necromancer so that she didn't have to see the lowly state. I mean, it's just a constant litany going on from your dad as you're dragging Skippy by a chain and being gawked at by the human the human ladies. And some of the human dudes. And so, you're sort of being put on display. All right, so how do you arrange this show? What is the show? So people are starting to file in. You're taking tickets. What do you charge them per ticket?
Going to start off with 10 gold a ticket. So go full up.
Ticket.
Yeah. Full up for the sneak preview.
Oh, is this like the VIP? Are you building this as like VIP access? Like this is the early, like this is stuff that's not in the regular show, but this is going to be.
This is like this is like the black tie event.
Right. So
the
there's people that are asking you if they're like, well, does this include? Will we be able to personally examine the specimens? Like, will we be able to look at them up close?
I should say, while it's obviously a show, I can't be held responsible if you get too close to savage beings of raw natural power.
Right, and they all like all of them, like men and women, all of them are just sort of, well, of course, but we couldn't pass up the opportunity. I would hate myself if I didn't pass up the opportunity.
You will never see the likes of this show again. And just to think, the stories you can tell as you're walking past the rabble outside, who will only see it from a distance. They'll never smell the scent of grung venom. They'll never get the musk of Dwarven Mountain King in their nose. That could be you see the people. So this is like this exclusive thing. Go ahead and roll. Give me 5d12. 5 D12s, okay. Let's see.
Just Nico, right?
Yeah, just Nico.
Or what's your name now? Monty?
Monty.
Yeah, so you managed to get,
Don't like Monty.
Monte Cristo over there. So you managed to get, you managed to get 44 people in at 10 gold a head.
Nice.
Sort of your inner circle, your sort of VIP club. They come in and and this is wealthier people. This is definitely not your run of the mill.
Oh yeah.
This is sort of your upper class, and these are rich people. They're kind of expecting privilege, a show plus, so they come in, they're sort of seated in the sort of the chairs and benches, and they're, kind of close to the stage. And you can see them, and they're talking, and there's sort of excitement and kind of buzz in the crowd.
Yeah.
So walk me through the show. Paint me a word picture.
So we'll have them all. They'll all be sat down, filing in. Be some minor illusions of wild animal noises sort of coming out. Say, Imagine, if you will, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you putting on like a shadow show as you're doing this?
Oh yeah, there'll be like, you're going through the Amazon, like, the leaves parting against.
Oh
like,
yeah.
the wall
Oh
of the
yeah,
tent.
yeah. Yeah. Oh no, that's good. Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, go ahead.
Imagine, if you will, the savage raw power of nature around you. No civilization, nothing to fall back on. Your entire life history up to this point worthless. You pitted against the raw elements. This is where I found myself. Just this past month. And yet here I stand before you today to tell you an incredible tale of survival against all odds. Me and my brave dwarven savage companion here against the raw powers of the jungle, captured, alive, something never seen in this city before. A tribal grung warrior chief snatched from his whole warband. We managed to escape the wilds just to bring you this exclusive look today, never before seen in Waterdeep, for one night only. You, ladies and gentlemen, will have a story beyond compare. No one will be able to top this at your next dinner party, let me assure you.
So there's much excitement at this. It's a full show. You've got, people can hear the sounds of the wild animals, the shadows as if they're passing underneath the jungle canopy, passing over the crowd as you're, weaving this tale. By the way, did you just relegate Boomer to the level of like Tonto or Kato? Is that what just happened? Is that what just happened?
And man, there's only one captain. I mean, come on, like.
Wow, excellent. Boomer, and you hear your dad, the handle of the axe sort of nudges you. He's like, huh? Did you catch that? I guess. Did you polish your shoes? Did you call him Masanico? And you're just like, yeah, Dad, I got it. Okay, but the crowd is absolutely enthralled. Go ahead and give me a performance check as you're doing this. With advantage, since you're using
Nico, right? All of us,
or just a full shadow production.
Yeah, I got 28.
28, yeah. So
nice.
Absolutely enthralled. Okay, so what happens next? So you've got them reeled in. They're absolutely bought into this jungle excursion that you've brought them on.
So I'll message Boomer and get him to say, okay, Boomer, bring Skippy in, and then I'll message Skippy and say, look fierce, snap at them in the front, especially in the front row.
Right, yeah. Skippy's like.
Say, Boomer.
Skippy splashes a bit of water on to make himself extra slimy. Like.
Oh, yeah.
Boomer's like legit getting pissed off.
See the raw fury of nature. I present the grung tribal king himself.
So yeah, you come out, like, have you like made some sort of like ludicrous headdress?
Oh yeah, like just like leaves or like vines or something, just like, grass or whatever. Probably just from like down the road, but they probably think it comes from the jungle or something.
Oh yeah, you put like, slapped an appropriate coat of like paint on it or something like that. And it's hyper fucking offensive, I'm sure. Like, just so you stick this thing on, Skippy comes out and is just hissing and snarling, and all right, so Boomer,
I'll be messaging Boomer as well. Say, remember, flex for the ladies. Come on, Boomer, work it.
Boomer, I need Boomer and Skippy. Go ahead and give me performance checks with advantage, as you are, you've been set up absolutely beautifully by Nico. As you come out, give me. So Boomer, you can give me a performance strength check. And then Skippy,
okay.
Skippy, you can give me a either.
What about like an animal handling check? Time an animal.
So yeah, I'll allow that. I'll allow you to do that because of sort of the situation that you're in, like where you
or a nature.
Oh
check?
wow.
Yeah. Let's try the animal. Oh yeah, this is much better. 24.
Better than
Oh,
0.
20,
Yeah, yeah.
20.
Okay, yeah, I see 0.
I see 0 as well, but trust me, it's 24.
24. Okay, yeah. So Skippy, you come out and you're just hissing. There's poison dripping off of you, from the dousing you gave yourself. Boomer, you come out and you're doing that thing where you're letting some of the chain go, like you're having trouble holding on to Skippy. And Skippy, you snap up, like come up right on the front. Right to the front people, and they gasp as you snarl at them, and then Boomer kind of rage you, and that's when you get the flex, Boomer, when you pull the chain back in, and you see there's a lot of fans being snapped open, and just oh my,
yes, ladies and gentlemen, see the savage fury, but the show does not end here. No, for you and for you alone, I shall show you the mastery that civilization can have over the raw power of nature. Behold. Behold, we have tamed the grung.
Just keep hissing. Oh, also, Boomer, you're slightly elevated above the people in the front row. So you are on display and I also imagine, like, right before you go out, Nico kind of like hikes your kilt up just a little bit, like he just goes, let's just make sure you got plenty of freedom of movement here. Let's make sure that's.
Oh, and I'll have made sure that.
Imagine it like, I don't know, like
ladies
if
are in the front row, right?
If The Rock like tried like fixing like Kevin Hart's pants or something, like hey, what the hell is going on?
yeah. Well, and he does it, and Nico does it in like a super, like, imagine a scene from Showgirls. Like Nico does it in a really derogatory way. Like he's just like, all right, let's give the people what they came for, sweetheart. And kind of gives you the roll up of the kilt.
Yeah. You're gonna pay for this, Nico.
And he just so he goes out, and so now the people are looking at Captain Montgomery Scott, and just hanging on your every word that you've managed. How has he tamed the savagery of nature? Well, clearly this dwarven savage is subordinate to him. How has he managed to tame this fearsome grung chief?
I'll motion to Boomer to drag Skippy to like the back of the stage.
Do you snap when you do it?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Boomer's about to snap.
Something's gonna break.
The rage.
You have your whip there, Nico?
What was that?
Where's your whip?
Whip. Whipping, crack the whip to get the dwarf to move. The
Is
grung.
the whip for the grung? No, that's for the dwarf.
Oh.
Oh my god. Okay.
Technically you can form like a shadow whip, like.
Oh, I could. Yeah, I could.
And
but
murder is against the law here, right?
Yeah, it is severely frowned upon.
Just take him to the boat, row out of the dock area, kill him out in the harbor. You'll be fine.
Dude, if I take him to the boat, I'm gonna fucking drown him.
All right, so so Nico kind of gives you the snap, Boomer, and it, sort of motions you to hop to it. Hop to it.
Yeah. He does it very begrudgingly.
I'll say now. I'll sort of message Skippy and say, come on, act like you want to kill them. Act like you want to get out there and kill them. So
if he's like pulling on the chains, like.
Boomer like rolls his eyes when he sees Skippy like really getting into it. Like,
he's like, Jesus, you sellout.
She'll say, Mountain King, release the grung.
All right, yeah. So Boomer, you do you make like a show of dropping the chain, or do you just roll your eyes and kind of fucking let it drop to the floor?
Probably the second one.
All right, yeah. You're just dick.
I'll use minor illusion to put Boomer in the shadow a bit, so people don't see he's being such a spoil sport about it.
Did you use minor illusion when he was pulling on the chain to make him glisten?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, like you oiled him up like a pro wrestler. All right, yeah. So yeah, you know, kind of put him in the shadows a little bit. So at this point, yes. So Skippy, are you on all fours or are you up on two? Like, how are you? How is your fierceness displayed?
As Boomer was pulling me back to the corner, I think I would have been kind of like fighting against it, so kind of like down on all fours. But then once he drops the chains, then I would like jump up and
so you jump to your full grung height.
Oh yeah, but like
so
at this, like a vertical jump first, like
yeah. So at this, people gasp, like they pull back, like the audience visibly pulls back at seeing you're standing vertical, which is like what 25, 30 feet, something like that.
Oh yeah, 20 feet vertical jump.
So you jump straight up, like snap to the end of the chain. It is impressive.
I'll message Skippy and say, just run at them and stop when I give you the signal.
So Skippy does the kind of like sprinters preparation, just like as Skippy's coming down, like then turns into like a forward jump, kind of like falling down from the high jump, and then just like launches towards the crowd.
Give me an acrobatics check, please.
Another one.
Wasn't a one.
17. Yeah, so you managed to pull it off. You managed to pull it off beautifully. Yeah, like you come down, you do this sort of forward roll,
and then just
come out at the crowd.
Can I actually, as I'm coming down, can I like use Boomer as a springboard?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so you come down and just sort of bounce right off his chest, right off the hairy pecs, like just
And then just before Skippy gets to the crowd,
Boomer, make a Constitution check for me with advantage to make sure you don't get poisoned.
Isn't he?
Saving throw or check?
Saving throw. Constitution saving throw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're fine.
Mm-hmm. Skippy gets poisoned.
Just before Skippy.
Skippy gets poisoned.
Yeah. Just before Skippy makes it to the crowd, I'll get the shadowy whip and just sort of give it a crack in front of her.
This tendril of shadow snakes out and snaps right in front of you, Skippy, just before you get to the crowd. With that acrobatics check, you're able to stop sort of on a dime. After ricocheting off of Boomer's pecs there, you come out into the crowd. There's a crack of a whip, and you stop mere inches from the faces of the people in the front row, and some of the ladies gasp and faint dead away, like just like that.
And
so, ladies and gentlemen, silence. We must have complete silence. The savage beast can be triggered by the slightest noise.
Boomer's all about
like making eye contact with
Its vision is based on movement.
Someone with a light rock.
Skippy, give me a perception check, Skippy.
How long is a grung tongue?
That was close.
23. So Skippy, on a 2. Skippy, you see two things. This close to the audience, so sort of while you're out there, you see two things. One, you see the captain, Krivith, the guy that gave your ship the once-over. You see him in the crowd, and you see him sort of smirking and going, mm-hmm, like giving you sort of a knowing look, like, yeah, I kind of knew.
You did it to yourself.
You also notice there is a shadowy man standing in the back that isn't paying any attention to you whatsoever. He is focusing very hard on Nico.
I would.
You do it to yourself.
What happened to Nico? Shadowy man got him.
Shadowy man. Sounds believable.
So once Nico kind of gives the complete silence order, Skippy would like hop back up to kind of like perch near. Would like Nico's strong enough that I could like perch on your back, kind of like ready
Nico,
position?
I'm actually gonna need a strength athletics check from Nico to see if his back doesn't go out when you do that.
Luke, you can hold it.
Here we go.
Brace.
Athletics. Remember your.
So Skippy does this backflip onto Nico. Nico, you almost crumple, but yeah, you're like, you kind of go, you hear this, and you go, I'm back. You kind of stiffen up. Skippy, you can feel
Boomer
Nico
just
kinda,
laughs.
You can feel Nico kind of lock up, and he's like,
freaks.
I'm back.
Yeah. To be like complete silence, ladies and gentlemen. Complete silence.
Nico,
So while
you can give me just a performance check to see if you can pull off
Blame the audience.
going through this performance without absolutely crying. Yeah, 29. So nobody knows. So you are in absolute agony, like absolute agony. Your back has just seized up completely with Skippy like landing on your shoulder.
And with that roll, Boomer doesn't even know.
Yeah.
So now I don't laugh.
Does he lay
Boomer,
down on the stage and use his illusion to make his illusion do everything?
What was that?
What was that?
I said, does he lay down on the stage and have his illusion do everything?
Boomer, you did hear the as his disc slipped.
I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the sound of Nico's back breaking.
He'll probably only just give a little chuckle.
I had that coming, dickhead. All right. So yeah, Skippy, you are now perched upon Nico's shoulder as Nico is just cringing in agony.
Behold the tamed grung.
Skippy
Now.
will like whisper into Nico's ear that like there's a like the arsehole dragonborn is here, but also there's this guy, like a shady guy staring at you at the back.
Oh, great. Just great. Just great. Everything's great.
Can I grab the chain?
Yeah, if you want to.
All right, I grab the chain, and Boomer's like, jump some more, frog, more.
Skippy's like, fucking Brumo.
Dance on his fucking shoulders.
Sorry, I had this mental image of Boomer losing his mind and doing the whole puny frog thing from instead of puny god, puny frog.
Beating Nico to death with
Beating Nico to death with Skippy. Skippy, how do you respond to Boomer shaking the chain and screaming, "Jump, frog! Jump! Dance on his shoulder."
I think Skippy would kind of like try and use the momentum of the chain and then leap off of like on one of the ups to like leap up into the air again and try and like keep the chain tight to come back onto Boomer.
All right, so
Okay.
Nico,
Over that way. Back onto him.
so Skippy just pressed down on you with her full vertical leap. I'm gonna need I need a strength athletics check to stay Actually, give me a Constitution check to stay standing. Yep. So you, as she leaps off, you kind of crumple to your feet, and you hear the audience sort of gasp, and there's and you can hear like there's a little bit of panic going on as the frog has leapt off to you and looks like it has attacked the dwarf, has now jumped onto the dwarf.
Say, I'll make a show of standing to my feet and cracking the whip again.
You should just get up. Luckily, it's the shadow that's actually cracking, and you don't actually have to like crack a whip, because I don't think you have the wherewithal to do that. But you can sort of make the motion with your wrist, and the whip cracks.
Yeah.
Skippy and Boomer, how do you respond to this?
Get back and jump on him.
Do you throw Skippy at Nico?
Yeah, I kind of whisper to Skippy, like, "What the hell you doing? Get back over there and jump on him."
I will. Skippy will also tell Boomer, like, I think we might have trouble in the crowd.
I don't care about the crowd. Jump on Nico.
It's like, Boomer, it's a show. It's a show.
Do you say Nico?
Yeah. You make a good show and show me how many times you can jump on him.
Boomer, do you say Nico?
I probably whisper it.
Yeah. Okay.
Smart.
So I think Skippy will kind of like just nod and like hiss a bit more, and then like
now, ladies and gentlemen, for the final act.
Fucking jump on him.
Boomer, fetch the bow and arrow.
Fetch the bow and arrow is what he said.
Is the bow and arrow directed past Nico?
Yeah, it's behind him.
I walk over Nico and get it.
You walk over Nico?
Yes.
It's like you like push him down and just walk over him.
Yes.
All right, I need an opposed strength athletics check from each of you.
Oh, this will go well.
Advantage for Nico's back.
Yeah, actually,
anyway.
disadvantage for your back being wrenched.
Oh, geez, I did actually not great.
I don't think it's possible for me to beat that. Strength athletics, or maybe.
Well, you're not negative, right?
8.
Yeah, so Boomer, Nico's like, you see Boomer coming towards you, and you're like, well, surely he'll divert. Like, you can't really move at this point because your back is wrenched. And so you're like, and you see Boomer like with his kind of his head down. He has eye contact with you. They're looking up, like eye contact with you, and you see he is not deviating from his chosen path.
Okay,
he I guess bumps, kind of gives you the bump, and then just keeps walking sort of up and over your falling body.
So I'll stand up again, and they behold the brutish humor of the mountain people.
Me dwarf, me don't understand what people do.
And Boomer on the way back, push Nico down on his face and walk up his back and hand the bow to the frog.
Yeah, her bow.
So you shoulder check Nico on your way back, try to knock him down. Go ahead and give me another strength athletic check from both of you to see how that shove goes.
Me just too strong.
Oh wow.
15 for Nico.
That's actually pretty good.
And 26 for Boomer. So Boomer just plows you down again. And Boomer's just me. I'm not doing like the full on thing. You hand the bow to Skippy.
Yeah.
Shoot
so
him.
Saying,
Shoot him.
Shoot him. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the final act of our show this evening.
Hand me all of your money, or the grong will shoot you.
May I see among us this evening some risk takers, some daredevils.
You see some of the dudes in the crowd, like kind of like, oh well, I did go on that paid expedition to Mount Houghton,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I only had 15 guides carrying my stuff.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Do I have a volunteer from the audience to take part in a deadly game of chance with the forces of nature?
Immediately, this young lady jumps up from the crowd. And and she's, and you see some people trying to pull her back down, and and she's like, oh, and she said no, and she she confidently strides up onto the stage.
So,
and
madam,
says,
I see you have a warrior's heart. Is it true?
And she says, of course I do. I'm braver than any of these simpering idiots.
Well, I see you have a rather attractive fan there this evening. Would you care for us to leave a memento to remember your time here this evening, permanently etched on that fine fan of yours?
She pulls it out, she snaps it open, and she says, of course, I would be honored.
Well, madam.
And she takes it and she waves it like over here by her face, and she says, I'm ready when it is.
If you would be so kind as to hold that fan against the column over there, madam.
She looks and she goes, against the column? No, I think it can do it just fine here. And she holds it right by her face. And she goes,
truly.
Tamed it as well as you say you have. Let's see how dangerous this grung really is.
What's behind her, and will the arrow shoot somebody in the next stall?
That's kind of where I was doing very well, madam. If you would take yourself over to the column.
She goes, gladly, and she walks over and stands in front of the column, and she's got the fan sort of right by her face, and she's fanning it right by her face.
All right, come on, Skippy. Do a perfect Skippy roll here. Boomer.
So Skippy, and Boomer's like, shoot him. All right, so Skippy, you got bow, your bow and arrow.
Mhm.
Go ahead and make an attack roll to see if you can pierce the fan without hitting the young socialite in the face or hand.
Skippy first of all kind of like is holding the bow and like looking a bit like what? Like
give me a performance check. Let's see how well you sell that. Do the performance check with advantage because you're really familiar with your bow.
Okay, I've rolled once, I'll roll twice because that was crap. So this would be the second okay. Slightly better.
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, you kind of managed to like, me grung, what? Boomer, this is disgusting.
Yeah, no.
I'm only following Boomer's lead.
Wow.
Well, if you're truly following Boomer's lead, you'd shoot Nico.
Yeah.
True, it might still happen.
It may, yeah.
Okay, so I just roll to hit.
Yeah.
21.
Yes.
Woo! Yeah. You launch an arrow, and like on one of the fan strokes, as it comes up, it passes perfectly through the fan and stops the, sticks in the column and stops the fan, sort of mid flutter.
Nice.
And it's like, it's a perfect shot. Like, and you actually didn't even tear the fan; it went in between two of the things and sort of stuck.
And with that, Skippy turns to her and is like, "It can do just fine."
And she so at your like perfect diction, she kind of looks and she goes, and then she turns to the crowd and she goes, "Well, I guess any stupid creature can get lucky once. What do you say? Do you think it can do it again?" And she kind of gives you a sneer.
And I'll turn to the crowd.
This one.
So I'm going to turn to the crowd and I'm going to say, "Ladies and gentlemen, do we have anyone who would care to wager on this? Wager to hit."
Some of the young men stand up and are who you can tell that there are some possibly jilted lovers or people who, and they're like, I don't know about a wager, but I'll pay you to have that thing shoot her in the face.
Oh.
And there's sort of a general sort of uproar, and there's people. There's money passing, sort of. There's wagers being made.
Yeah.
None of it's necessarily coming up towards you, but there's wagers being made amongst themselves.
It's all right. It's all about the show. Well, Your Majesty, care for another try?
And the young woman looks at you and goes, and she says quietly, just so only you can hear. And she goes, "Come on, you little thing. Let's see you dance for the people. Why don't you go ahead and dance? They've thrown the pretty coins at you. Let's see you perform."
And what can you describe how she looks?
How does she look?
Yeah. What's she wearing?
So she's wearing.
Target.
What's up?
Said she looks like a target.
Yeah.
So she's wearing it's like a red and black dress. It's not like a ball gown, but it's definitely a very nice dress. It has it's sort of form fitting on the top and then a little looser towards the bottom. She has her hair sort of done up. Picture, what's the horse race where everybody wears all the goofy ass hats?
Oh, like
The Derby?
Ascot.
Ascot.
Yeah. Picture that.
Okay. So Skippy's gonna grab 2 arrows.
Yep.
And go to Robin Hood, the first arrow on the fan, and also try and get it like as close to the top of her head, but like just like grazing through this.
Just take the hat off. Basically, take the hat off of her head with it. Yeah. Nice.
Yep. All right. So I love it. Give me an attack for the arrow that's in the arrow that's in the fan.
Okay. Come on. Oh, it's not great, but not too bad.
14. So you don't manage to full on Robin Hood it, but you do manage to hit like sort of right next to it in the pillar.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one that's going just above her head.
Oh, disappointingly high.
Disappointingly high. So 19. So you managed to hit it. It goes just above it. Goes right through her goofy ass hat, into her hairdo, and you see a small trickle of blood come down her forehead. And she's poisoned. You see a small trickle of blood come down her forehead, and you see her face immediately sort of flush green. And the crowd seeing this, both these, and you let them go lightning quick, like it's boom, boom, like just they come, he comes right off the bow, and seeing the second arrow fly, she kind of does the cross-eyed thing, looking up. The crowd can see the trickle of blood against her pale skin, and they see the flush of her green, and then she immediately vomits from the poison and possibly fear.
Yeah.
And the crowd. You see people stand up, probably like 3/4 of them are cheering. Yeah. It turns out the lady. It turns out the Lady Miranda is not well liked, and probably another 1/4 or so, sort of her hangers-on and sycophants are in outrage or on their feet, screaming for the destruction of this beast. That this untamed wild beast must be destroyed.
I'll stand and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever seen such a show? Thank you.
Everyone is cheering. Everyone's on their feet. The Lady Miranda is still vomiting on stage. She has sort of dropped to her feet. You see there's some hair and stuff clung to the pillar where the arrow has driven itself in. Her hat is like permanently pinned there, and some hair
sounds
is like
like a her
ripped out.
problem.
I was about to say that hat seems like it's probably more expensive than you are.
Probably.
Skippy would like walk over and like pull the arrows back and like flick the hair and blood off on her and like clean the arrow off on her dress.
Savage, absolutely savage. What the people expect. Yeah, everyone. So people are like cheering. There's a line that's queuing up towards the stage, and people are waving to get your attention, Nico.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
And we want a close examination. We want to be able to look and say that we've actually touched the wild beast. We want to be able to.
You think you can withstand the overpowering venom of physical contact with a grung warrior chieftain?
And you see some of the, the young men are obviously like flexing and whatnot. And then you see some of the ladies are glancing towards Boomer and they're like, we would also like a closer examination of this dwarven mountain chieftain that you say you have.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the stage is yours. You are the VIPs.
And so they you see them coming up in sort of ones and twos. They
remember, these are savages. They cannot be tamed.
And you see, so a couple of there's a couple, a lady and a guy come up to you, Skippy, and they. The lady's obviously like arguing with the guy, and she's like, "This is stupid. Don't do this. Like, what are you trying?" And she's like, just like go, just like in this guy's ear, and he's like, "Oh, I could, I can't, this thing isn't that tough. Like, look at it. Like, Miranda, she's puking on her own bitch. Like, she knows, poison's not that bad." And he reaches out. And touches you like right between the eyes, like just reaches out and like just sort of jabs a finger like right on your forehead.
I'll message Skippy and say, I'll message Skippy and say, feel free to bite him if you want. It's
fine. He rolled a 16. So he reaches out and touches like just sort of pokes you right in the eye, and you see him kind of like you can see him kind of like. Ooh, like he gets a little bit queasy, but he kind of like holds it together, and he pulls back and he goes, "See, it's not too bad."
Ah, sir, truly you are a natural warrior, constitution of the mountain itself.
The mountain itself, hear that, Boomer? The mountain itself. And he says, "Oh, thank you. I'm going to tell all my friends about this. This is an amazing show." And he puts two gold into your hand as he sort of shakes your hand. He kind of palms it into your hand.
Oh, you're too kind, sir. Too kind.
Boomer, there's a lady that comes up to you, and she walks up and she's looking at you like a horse. Like she's walking around you and sort of giving you like, sort of the up and down examination. What are you doing at this?
Did you put an S on that word?
Thank you, Ryan.
Or like a sheep.
Yeah. Pretty much this.
Yeah, just sort of blank face, and she's looking at you, and she goes, "I wonder if it's true what they say about the kilt." And her friend that's with her is just like, "Don't you dare." So at these words, at her saying that, your dad axe pipes up and goes, "You want to check his teeth too, huh? Why don't you go ahead and let her, Boomer, huh?" And Urkriel, and the lady goes, "What did you say to me, savage? How dare you?"
Uh-oh.
Boomer would like to rage.
And she
You ever
looks
see
at you.
Clockwork Orange?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the
Ultraviolence.
yeah. Well,
She,
you know,
she
the
looks.
statue.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah, yeah. You ever? Yeah, I'm tempted really to do that in this.
So she looks at you and she goes, God, if he's as strong as the smell coming off of him, I'd love to see what he could really do. But I bet
Oh, me, angry mountain dwarf. Ah, grabby, grabby, grabby. Oh, push, push, push.
yeah, you kind of dance, you kind of dance around, and she goes, huh, I bet he's just a trained monkey for the show. And she sort of like kind of turns around, sort of flips her hair, and just walks away. The next ladies come up, and they're variously sort of like reaching out and touching you and sort of prodding you. There's some more derisive remarks about how you're just sort of the trained whatever for the oh yeah, I bet he's not a real mountain king. He's probably not even one of the mountain tribesmen. I bet these scars aren't even real. God, I bet his beard isn't real.
Brian and I talked about this before. How I can't go for the low-hanging fruit, and I got to try and keep my stuff together. And that Ed would probably try and like poke and prod Boomer. And I gotta.
So I'll be like looking around. I guess by this point,
there's a couple of people that reach over and tug on your beard too, just to see if it's real. Like they reach over.
Oh, what the fuck?
And they reach over and they're just like, oh, wow, that's really stuck on there.
Yeah, I tugged on their arm and dislocated.
Go ahead and give me an attack.
Ah, that's not in there too good.
Must be
Is that
fake.
arm real? Yeah.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Can I do that recklessly?
Yeah.
All right.
You're not trying to dislocate it carefully.
19. Yeah.
Wow.
You reach out. Yeah, they try to grab your beard. You reach out and just yank, and you can feel like there's an audible sort of pop. There's an audible pop, and you can hear the guy that you did this to, the guy that you sort of yanked his arm out, and he's like, oh! And he marches over to Nico, and he's like, this savage nearly pulled my arm off.
Well, sir, I did say you were dealing with the raw elemental powers of nature.
He goes,
Baby arm, baby arm.
Skippy, you're having, there's people that are coming up to you. You've had quite a few people puke after touching you, being like fully poisoned by you. And after seeing people puking has not discouraged people at all. Sort of the opposite. People are sort of rushing up just to see if they can withstand the grunk. So you've had several people just jab you right in the forehead, like just every time, like they just go and they go, God, its skin is so slimy. Jesus. Do you think it's got to sleep in a special bed? Like, what is it? And they just jab you right in the face and they go, these grung are absolute savages. I cannot believe they let this thing into the city. And they go, look at you. You are disgusting.
Skippy's like getting more, like each time is getting more and more kind of like, okay, I can't handle much more of this shit. Like,
Bro, you can literally see the mark where I've had it up to right here on my head where I keep getting poked. Nico, you're constantly sort of getting glad-handed. You've probably taken in like another probably like 30 or 40 gold at this point, just from people sort of tips. You're getting requests for private showings. Some of the the richer people are asking for private showings of your your little show here.
Yeah.
That a birthday party or a garden party, things that are coming up. that they would absolutely love. The Troll Slaughterfest that's happening in a few days. They would love to have your. You get one guy that asks if your Savage can compete. And there's a private tournament that he hosts that he knows.
Is it like a chess? Is it like a chess tournament? Because
Yeah.
Skippy would be really up for that.
Yeah, probably. It's similar to the Queen's Gambit.
Boomer is starting to think for the first time that Nico might not be his friend.
Look at all the attention you're getting, Boomer. What's not to like?
Boomer, go ahead and give me an insight check.
Yeah. Do I get like advantage or anything on that?
Yeah, go ahead and get advantage on it after you've been 17. Yeah, you're starting to get an inkling that Boomer, he may not have your best interest at heart. He may not be woke or down with the movement.
Skippy's also kind of thinking like at some point, like we need to show that the Grung are civilized. Like I wanted to show the people that we aren't savages, that we aren't, and so it's kind of like holding back on reacting.
Poke. Poke.
We're like
Poke.
just like Monty.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen,
saying Monty.
So what do I? So
after and the people don't bother to like turn aside when they puke. You've been puked on like several times.
But for Skippy, that's not too bad. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of
it's
like, oh well,
win some, you lose some.
all in a day's work, I guess.
Do I get a chance to take a look at the shadowy figure who was eyeing me from the crowd while I'm glad handing people?
Give me a perception check. You catch a glimpse of the guy as he turns and leaves. He doesn't actually come up to you. You can see he was in the back, and you catch a glimpse of the guy. It's a tall guy, tallish, not freakishly tall, taller guy. And you think you saw a black beard on the guy.
Okay, so yeah, after
Way to narrow it down. Shadowy figure, dark beard.
Yeah. Oh, I know that guy. Yeah. So yeah, a little longer. I'll be like, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You've been a wonderful audience, the best audience.
So yeah, after you've been poked or so, you've been poked like 30 or so times in the face, Skippy. Boomer, you've been looked over and talked about like you weren't there. People were talking about you, but not to you, and just sort of walking around. You had a couple of people sort of, you got a couple of hands reached up your kilt.
Anyone goes to touch me, arm pull.
Right.
Or finger pull.
Yeah. Not all of it was in the front. Some of it was in the back. It has not been a pleasant experience for the two of you. Nico, you've gotten a lot of contact information from some fairly wealthy people. You made quite a bit of gold. There was the door, so 440 off the door.
Yeah.
Probably all told about 500 gold for the excursion.
Yep. Yeah. Everybody.
And all it cost was a little bit of dignity.
Does it look like people are supposed to be leaving, but do we have any stragglers?
There are a few stragglers. You see there's a couple of it looks like sort of this little crowd of younger men and women, probably just out of adolescent, or like they're sort of like 18, 19, 20, sort of in that range, that are kind of hanging around, and you see them kind of talking to each other and pointing up towards the stage.
Time to go, or I will eat your babies.
And you see them look. You see them kind of, they look. They flinch back a little bit, but you hear them kind of laugh and point at you.
I jump off the stage.
At this point, the laughter turns a little more hysterical, and they are quickly turning and going towards the exit.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Say, well,
Skippy
I
sort
don't
of
think
turns
that-
to Nico.
I don't think that could have gone any better. That was amazing.
Like-
You were both incredible.
You should have shot him.
Give me the gold now, Nico. Like Skippy,
Oh, yeah.
Skippy wants Skippy's main aim is to get enough gold for future poisoning potions, which are quite expensive. So as long as it's full compensation.
Oh, sure. Here's here's 100 gold for your trouble.
100 gold, Nico.
Yep.
It was 10. I know at least we have at least like 3 times that amount just from even from back at the back of the stage.
All right. 150 gold. You and Boom 150 each. How about that?
Skippy just starts like poking Nico in the face. Like,
Ow!
Nico, make a Constitution check for me. Sorry, Constitution saving throw. Make a Constitution saving throw. You are
Nope.
poisoned.
All right, 200.
Boomer hasn't said anything yet. He's just ugly mugging Nico,
All
and
right.
he's slowly walking over to him.
All right, 200 gold. Fine, Skippy. 200 gold.
like that will do for now.
Let me know when I reach Nico.
You are approaching Nico. You have you've done that slow climb back up onto the stage, like never locking eyes with him. Well, I mean, because you got the boots. Like, yeah, you just sort of leap up onto the stage, never unlocking eyes with him, like just staring at him. You march slow. He's given Skippy his gold. You are now, within like 3 feet of Nico.
I just look at Boomer like, you believe the nerve on the frog? Like poisoning me for, after all the great stuff we did here together this evening? Honestly, I just don't understand people sometimes.
Gaston was right about you.
You know what I mean, Boomer? You know what I mean? Honestly, people sometimes.
Boomer will hold his hand out as if he's wanting like money.
Oh, I'll take Boomer's hand and use it to pull myself back up because obviously I sort of collapsed presumably when I was poisoned.
I will pull Nico in firmly and to where like I'm speaking directly into his ear, and Boomer will go, "If you ever do that to me again, I will end you. I will have you drown in lakes of blood. I don't know what gods you pray to, but I'll send you to see all of them."
So no show tomorrow then.
You say, you're like, no show tomorrow, but we still got the general matinee. In like
Break.
I guess the exclusivity
Did
would be.
break something? Can I?
What are you attempting to break?
Why don't you
I don't
try
know. Whatever I'm
nose?
holding on to.
Yeah, you sort of got him by the arm.
I'll dislocate it.
Give me a strength athletics check. Boomer, and then one from you, Nico.
Ouch. Yep, that'll do it.
So yeah, he says something and you just sort of twist and you hear a pop and a crunch. Nico, you take what's your strength modifier, Boomer?
Hold on. 6.
6?
Yeah.
Nico, you take 15 I don't know, trauma damage. What?
Waterdeep really isn't a good city for you, is it, Nico?
A lot of great memories from this place.
I need to hear you say it.
Matinee at 4?
You're right. You're right. I do owe you a drink. Come on. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
No, you don't owe me a drink. No.
And Boomer, like, Nico, you try to walk away. Boomer is not moving, and he's not letting go of the appendage that he has twisted.
You have wronged me.
Us. Wronged us.
Shut up, Dad.
The whole clan is in shame.
You are my tribe. You have wronged me. You need to make this right.
Trial by combat. Trial by combat.
Shut up, Dad.
Only blood will appease this damage.
Shut
Is that what
up,
you
Dad.
want, Boomer? You wanna fight me, Boomer?
Yes.
God damn it.
The
I wanted
old
to fight.
ways are the best.
I want respect.
And blood.
You are my brother. And you have shamed me.
Although after this, you might be a second cousin twice removed.
How would a dwarf make it right, Boomer?
Blood.
Do you have a bell for him, Matt?
Shame.
Shame.
Yay.
You need to find a way to make this right.
Well, I didn't even know I'd done anything wrong. How can I make it right?
Dude, we've been traveling for a long fucking time.
You're right. I'm sure there will come a pivotal moment where I can prove myself to you once again.
Show him the error of his ways. Carve it upon his body. You must teach him. Teach him, Urkriel. Show him the ways of the people.
You know what, Boomer? Your dad's right. Hit me.
With
on.
the axe. Hit him with me.
Come on, Boomer. It's the only way. You know he's right. I'm gonna stand up
You go to save a buck, huh?
and then I'm gonna slap Boomer around the face. Say, "Come on, hit me!"
Oh. Skippy's
Dude,
just
I
gonna
don't want
back
to rip
off.
your arm off.
Rage. Rage. Fucking rage.
Oh, man.
Reach
Is
deep
there anyone
within
else
you,
in the
son.
tent with us?
No,
Like, is the
tent
Dragonborn still?
No, the tent is empty. Oh yeah.
Oh,
The
dude.
Dragonborn, Skippy, came up to you while that was going on. He gave you a particularly hard poke in the face, and he was like,
Oh.
"I knew you were nothing but a sideshow. I told you guys, this little freak is nothing but a sideshow. Isn't this something?"
Skippy just like goes and gives him like a bite on the finger as he's like poking. Just like the Grung are a civilized people, but it's people like you that make us act like this.
The people, Grung are civilized people as you bite on his finger.
Yeah. If
We're civilized.
Yeah. So you bite the guy's finger. He obviously, catches a little of that Grung poison, and he's like, "I fucking knew it." All right,
Just
Boomer. You are clearly.
Do I have to
raging.
kill Nico now?
You're clearly raging. You just got slapped in the face after probably one of the worst days you've ever had.
I mean, like, Matt, if you wanted to write a new character up, I mean, there are better ways to do this.
Come on, Boomer. Come on, let it out.
Can I just headbutt him a bunch of times?
I mean, you can. Your dad is demanding to be part of the action, as the clan itself was wronged. But if you just want to, like, do some ground and pound, you can do that if you want.
I'll just headbutt him until he's unconscious.
All right. So yeah, you slap Boomer around the face. Sort of the beast within is unleashed. Sort of the primal. The hair grows all over the body. The fingernails grow. The teeth elongate. As sort of the little bit of that lycanthropy comes through his rage. He pins both of your arms to your side, Nico, and just begins slamming his face into yours repeatedly. Until everything just goes black.
This is a benefit of having no nose, is it can't be broken.
Yeah.
Skippy, you're still there.
Skippy, so Skippy is being distracted by the Dragonborn, but then hearing Boomer's rage, like, I guess behind, spins around and is just like, and runs over and is just screaming at Boomer, like, it's not worth it, Boomer, it's not worth it, it was a show.
Vampire.
You should have shot him.
And that is where we will stop for today. Nico, you are unconscious. 0 hit points. Boomer, your forehead is just a bloody mess. The front of your mohawk is sort of smashed down. There's blood all over your face.
I didn't want it this way.
Did we bring along any of Skippy's healing potions, Boomer?
Yeah, maybe we can administer them. Let me do it.
Do you want to do the next level of your training?
Yeah.
I think it might be a good time.
And then once he's awake, headbutt him back into unconsciousness again.
I think I need another go.
That was rough.
That just makes perfect.
All right.